Tonight on NCTV5, it's the number 14 game in the season, Jim. We're in the state semifinals held here in Tiffin. It is the visiting Chanel, Bedford, St. Peter. Now, let me start over again. It is Bedford, St. Peter, Chanel High School against Liberty Center. Jim, if you've seen the list of the lineups here, it's just like Coach Lindgren said. He thought we were playing a Division I school, the size of their offense and defensive lines.
Yes, indeed, Spike. This is a big team. They've played a lot of tough teams. And to read all I can about what their coach says, he believes they're big, they're quick, they're strong. Amanda Clear Creek is the only blemish on their record. And, of course, if they were successful tonight and Amanda was successful, then they could meet in the state finals. But we're not going to take it any further than right here tonight. And our Liberty Center Tigers have got something to say about what happens here in the next 48 minutes, Spike.
Well, on paper, there's no way, Jim, that Liberty Center can win this football game. Chanel averages 250 pounds across the offensive line and 260 pounds across the defensive line, which in very rough figures rounds out to about 55 pounds per man advantage for the Firebirds. But that's on paper, and for paper, as far as I'm concerned, you either wad it up and throw it away, or you make airplanes out of it, or burn it, or else you use it in the throne room. So
oh, exactly. And these teams come from different areas of the state, and they have different programs, play different teams and so forth. And we know year in and year out, the NWOAL is just about as tough as they come, Spike. And so we've played a good mix of opponents. And the wonderful thing about this Tiger team that we're here supporting tonight, they've gotten better every week. And 13-0 is the best Tiger record ever, Spike. So we love them. They're here to play some football, and they find a way to get it done week in and week out.
Well, here we go. Liberty Center will be kicking off, going from left to right on your television screen. Leatherman there gets off the high end over end kick, taking it to 16, fumbled around at the 19, and breaks one tackle, stays on his feet up the sideline, still going, and all the way up to midfield, now down to the 40-yard line. Well, Jim, sometimes when it seems you have them hemmed in, if they break a couple of tackles early, they're off to the races.
Yeah, Drew Tip killed him over there along the sideline, and, you know, looked like there was a lot of traffic over there, and they could push him out, but looked like some pretty good blocking over there, and he had a seam and made the most of it. Super field position for these Firebirds.
All right, the Firebirds are averaging about 100 yards a game in the air. Their quarterback connecting on 58% of his passes. Tigers show a six-man front. Here is the rollout. They're going to set up a screen to the left side. Oh, yeah. And a great job in the open field right there.
Yeah, number 22, Nate Bayer back there.
All right, Nate Bayer tonight with number 22 rather than his normal number 74.
Boy, they had blockers there in front of that play, Spike, so if Nate wouldn't have cut him down back there, could have been big.
All right, Amanda Keon for Liberty Center tonight. Number 70, the nose tackle, Simbola. Brad is going to be shadowing their fullback and going to be taking him down on just about every play. Now, Chanel comes out with a double wide out package to either side. Lone setback, gives straight up the middle, and not much running room there. We'll give him about a yard on the play. That'll make it 3rd down and 8.
Boy, good opening.
The 3rd and 7.
For the Tigers on defense, Spike, they let them have good field position there along the sideline, but Tigers have been up to it. And so far, from our vantage point right here at the 40-yard line of the Tigers, the line of scrimmage has been pretty neutral. So even though they're giving up all that weight per man, Tigers having something to say about it right here out of the blocks.
All right, we got that sorted out here. They finally called a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Firebirds from St. Peter Chanel. That will give them a 3rd down and about 25 yards to go.
Not good for them.
All right, double wide out to either side, single setback. 2-step drop. He looks, now fires deep. Ooh. And caught out there all the way down to the 29-yard line.
All right, Tim Myers had him over there, so there was coverage, but nicely thrown ball. We got to give it to that quarterback throwing across the field and hit a strike over there, Spike.
Well, their coach was bragging in the paper, Jim, that if you want to try to stop the run, we'll throw on you all day, and if you want to stop the pass, we'll run on you all day. Well, so far, Chanel overcame a big hole there with the 30-yard gain. That'll give them a 1st and 10 on Liberty Center's 29-yard line. The Tiger defense being tested already early in the ball game.
Yeah, that's true, Spike. The Tigers had them in a hole with that penalty. As you said, it was about a 3rd and 25, and man, oh man, just one more play and the Tigers would have gotten their hands on the ball.
All right, now a single wide out to either side. I formation, wing back left. Give to the second back, straight ahead. He breaks the tackle there, skips through, breaks one more. He's at the 10, the 5, and Chanel scores with only a minute and 47 seconds elapsing in the ball game. Chanel takes an early 6-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a well-conceived play by the Firebirds, and they broke through the line of scrimmage there, and Jeremy Babcock had one shot at him, but couldn't come up with him, and so into the end zone he goes. And that's a quick score for Bedford.
12, Chris Penny to attempt the extra point.
They like their kicking game, Spike. They have 2 kickers that they think a lot of.
All right, snap is good, set down, kick is up, end over end, and splits the uprights. And with 10:13 to go here in quarter number 1, it's Bedford Chanel 7 and Liberty Center 0. Well, we'll cover some of our sponsors here. We've got the Mid-Am Bank and Liberty Center, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown, Davis Farm Services with Karen Davis, Pizzanello's Pizza with Craig and Sherry Myers, Eon Industries in Liberty Center with Dale and Judy Leininger, the Henry County Bank in Henry County, B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking with Norma Miller in Liberty Center, the Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini, Dave's Running Shop in Delta, Swanton Welding and with Norm Zeider, Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece, Meyer Baden Hop Insurance, Bob and Marge Jurassics, and Liberty Hardware with Randy and Velma Hall. Also Miller Brother Trucking with Skip Miller in Napoleon, Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler in Napoleon, Days Auto Services right uptown in Liberty Center with Dave Perry, and the Liberty Products with Terry Bowers.
I believe is the last name. They must be moved.
Some of our parent sponsors, we've got Ace Trucker Louis Miller, Mary Beth Collins, Chester and Nola Short, and Chad for their son and brother and grandson John Collins. We've got Uncle Rick and Aunt Rhonda Miller, along with Carl and Cheryl Carter for Neil Carter. All right, Chanel set to kick off. Back deep, Parasini, the Parasini brothers.
Nichols kicking off.
Now taken there by Ponton. Oh, Tiplady, he breaks one tackle. He's all the way up to the 45 and out to the 48-yard line. A quick burst up the middle by Tiplady. And the Tigers with excellent field position.
Oh, yeah, nice run. Gets them good field position. Tigers getting a lot of help out of that sophomore class. Kevin Moeller, another one, and, well, there's others that don't come to mind right now, but that's a Tiger team for you, Spike. They'll tap any class.
All right. It was Tiplady that had a big return against Archibald to set up, or against Bryan to set up the winning score there. Now the give to Westoven off the left side. No, wait a minute. It's Overmeyer on a keeper, and he's got first down yardage all the way down to the 44.
Oh, had everybody in the stadium full. In fact, there was one Bedford Chanel fella just running him down. That if that Firebird didn't have the angle on him, we'd have hung up a quick 6 ourselves, Spike.
Well, Jim, it just goes to show, I'm sure Chanel is going to put a man on Westoven everywhere he goes, shadow him the whole game.
Absolutely.
And everybody in the yard was fooled on that one. Overmeyer with a 13-yard gain, and the Tigers have a first down on the Chanel 43-yard line. Wing left set with 2 tight ends. Westoven on the right, Zeider on the left. Here is the fake to Zeider, play action, pass upfield, and almost intercepted. Strayer just barely had his man beat, but knocked down.
Oh, Spike, there's a pair of number 26s out there. A Firebird wore 26, and of course Ryan Strayer, and boy, that was close.
Well, now the Tigers, you know, Jim, facing this huge defensive line, you know, they're faced with a problem here. They're giving away 55 pounds a man on that with Tigers' offensive line versus their defense.
Yeah.
So there's a case where they're trying to split things up a little bit.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure they're going to mix it up good tonight.
All right, wing package. Westoven with the ball, spins and fights his way to the 40. It's a gain of 3. That'll set up a little bit easier third down situation now. Ball with the nose of the football just across the 40.
Yeah, on terms of play calling or any facet of the game, Spike, to get at this point to state semifinals, there's no reserve.
All right, we've got a 3rd down and 6. Tigers come out with Zeiter and Bear spread wide to the right. Here's the deep pitch to Westoven, tries to turn it up, hits and makes a spin, gets down close to the 35, but he's going to be about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Well, we'll wait for the spot. They're going to go back to the 37. That's going to give Liberty Center in probable 4-down territory. They face a 4th down and about 3.5 to go. They can pick up a 1st down with the nose of the football just across the 33-yard line. Now with that same double wing right package, Westoven the single setback. Deep pitch to Westoven. He cuts up inside, and Jimmy's going to be close.
I think he's very close. I'm going to give it to him unofficially. Nice block there. He knifed in there behind Neil Carter and might have just been enough. Yep, that's the call.
1st down, Liberty Center. Gain of 4.5 real tough yards.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, that's there where a little pooch punt might have looked pretty good, too, but Tigers on a roll, having a good drive, and they're down a score, so naturally they'd go for it.
Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. Now they've put that double wing package out to the left. Westoven the single setback. 2 tight ends with Strayer and Babcock. Here's the deep pitch to Westoven. Great penetration there. Westoven breaks a tackle and battles back to the 35-yard line, but it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play.
Oh, yeah, we pulled a couple people there. Went downfield for some blocking, but man, oh, man, they just fired right off that pulling guard. In fact, Botenbender was pulled out there, and that creates a lane for the defense. And that's just the paper behind us, Spike.
No.
Huh? Here, right here. This was this stuff. Did you lay the paper down?
No. All right, on 2nd down and 12. Here's a quick pitch deep. He got Strayer at the 15, the 10, the 5, the 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a Tiger touchdown, Jim. Hang on, baby. Oh, the Tigers come up with a little bit of razzle-do there of their own. And now they're on the board. It's 7-6 Chanel.
Oh, and what a pass by Scotty Overmeyer. Just laid it over the defense just far enough. His man never broke stride, and Tigers strike back and answer. So that scoreboard's looking 6-7, Spike, and then here we go. We generally don't kick, so what's going on out there for the extra point conversion?
Well, looks like they're set up for it now. We've got Tip Lady holding and Kyle Leatherman set to kick. The snap, the set down, the kick is up. It's way high enough and just floats off to the left, no good. But the important thing here is, Jim, Liberty Center answered right away, and with still 7:42 remaining on the 1st quarter clock. Liberty Center with a sustained drive of 56 yards, go in for the score. They trail 7-6.
Yeah, that was an excellent drive, especially in the fact that they mixed in the run and the pass quite well. They did a lot of things successful, and you have to like it because they're feeling each other out, Spike, in terms of the line of scrimmage and whatnot and seeing what's going to work. But a good drive for the Tigers. They're right there, right back in there.
Well, and I think it's very important the Tigers answered right away. You know, they got down by 15 points last week, late in the 2nd quarter. And you certainly just don't want to get behind an explosive team like St. Peter's Chanel Firebirds. All right, we'll get some more of our sponsors here. We've got Greg and Deb Westoven and family Lynn, Katie, and Sean, and along with Grandpa Kip and Grandma Cecilia, wishing good luck to Troy Westoven and the entire Tiger team. We've also got Dave and Karen Moeller along with Todd and Jason for their son, Kevin Moeller, who, by the way, is out injured this week, hurt in a freak accident running in the gym. So he's out, and he's replaced at wingback by Nate Baer. Now the kickoff by Leatherman. Gets a good, high, driving, sailing kick. That's going to go all the way into the end zone. All the way down to the end line, rolling up against the white stripe. And that forces Chanel to go from their 20-yard line.
Ah, nice kick there by junior Kyle Leatherman. Got his foot in it, had just exactly the right trajectory to it, and almost drove it through the end zone there. That's a good way to give your special teams a bit of a break there, Spike.
Yeah, they had excellent field position on the return last time, and this time it was like a big bird taking off at the airport. All right, Chanel comes out with a wide out to either side. Wing to the right, I formation. Here's a straight two-step drop, pass caught out there, and really peppered by number 8, Tim Myers.
Yeah.
He laid a lick on him after a short gain of 3.
Yeah, he had that measured, and they see that pass was going to be completed, so he was coming full tilt and drilled him right on the spot. Good, sure tackle.
I imagine the drool is still coming down off of Myers' lips on that one.
Yeah, this seems like a nice surface to play football on, Spike. It's a fairly new AstroTurf or a type of artificial surface.
All right, now a wide out to either side, same I formation, and a movement there by the left guard of Chanel, and I believe, Jim, that they're probably going to walk Chanel back 5.
Oh, they have to. There's no question about it. I believe it was the guard on their team, or was it the center that just plain shot out of there, and Tigers alertly pounced on him, and a couple penalties here against Bedford Chanel.
Yeah, they overcame the first one. They overcame a 15-yard penalty on that 30-yard strike.
You have to like where the Tiger defense has got them pinned right back there. That's where you want them to play most of their ball, right with their backs on the goal line.
Yep, second down and 11. Now the ball on the 19-yard line. We've got Bodenbender, the tackle on the right, Simbola, the nose tackle, and Kyle Leatherman, nose tackle on the left, and also in there on the line, Matt Leininger, number 51. Now Bear drops off.
He wants to pass.
Here's the give inside, still rolling with the football, not much there. And finally hauled down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah,
Nate Zider slowed him down.
Yeah, and Bodenbender put the hurt on him there. That was a lot of running for not that much.
Bodenbender and Matt Leininger.
For a team that wants those big backs and run, Spike, they're putting it up here quite a bit. I know they're not afraid to pass. He's got good statistics passing, but still, I think we thought they'd exploit us with that big advantage on the line there.
So far, Jim, they haven't been able to do it. Bodenbender in on that hit, 4th on the team in overall tackles. Now in the shotgun, drops back. He's under a lot of pressure from Carter, and he forces him to throw it away. Yeah, baby. And they hold him down way back at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, there was Carter and Dotson and Bodenbender back there, and I love that kind of pressure because that's the first thing to put a sting in a passing attack, Spike, and they did. He was from the shotgun, so he had an advantage of being deep like that, but Tigers had the all-out rush on, and they just about nailed him back there. I mean, we could almost flag him for intentional grounding in another league.
In quarterback knockdowns, Carter there probably gets one that. He leads the team with 19.
Boy, what a defensive stand there by the Tigers.
All right, lone setback is receiving back there is Strayer. A very short punt. Strayer comes up, takes it at the 48, and bursts straight ahead to the 45-yard line. Bedford stuck a couple of helmets in there at the last second.
Okay, Bedford on that first series popped a couple big plays, Spike, but when we're talking about the line of scrimmage and so forth, and even their passing game, Tigers found an answer for it already. We've got to love that.
All right, Tigers with great field possession. They've got the ball, the nose of the football, just outside the 45-yard line of Chanel. Tigers come out with the wing package to the right. Bear, the wing back. We got Westoven on the left, Zider on the right. Here's a pitch to Westoven, led by Zider, and battles his way down to about the 43. Jim, it's going to be tough going on the inside.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, there was a hole there, but boy, that hole didn't stay open very long and clogged up pretty quickly by some Firebirds. You know, they would have studied and tried very hard to stay on this Westoven. Everybody knows he's going to get the ball X amount of times every game, and, you know, they're going to try very hard to get him.
All right, Westoven on the right, Zider on the left, wing back, left package. Here is the pitch to Westoven. He's got room. He breaks a tackle and battles his way down to about the 30. We're going to call it about the 37-yard line. Gain of about, we're going to call it 7 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and a short 2. The ball resting on the approximately the 37-yard line of Chanel. Westover coming into the game, Jim, with 2,342 yards this year with 368 carries. That's 28 carries a game. What a man.
Oh,
Here's
I guess
the give
so.
to Westover, and all the way down to the 33, and that's a Tiger first down. You note there a pretty late hit by number 68. I'm sure by the end of the game now that kind of thing won't be happening.
I think Bedford Chanel's a little bit surprised at this point, Spike, because everybody knew it was going to be Westover with a little mix in there, and Tiger offensive line giving him the room that he needs, and they're making it happen. Just like the Tigers would have scripted it. They want to hang on the ball.
All right, lining near the center. Carter on the left side along with Bodenbender. And Overmeyer dropping back under pressure. Gets rid of it. It's intercepted. Oh, Jim, I don't think they're going to get him. A freak play there. Overmeyer was hit as he tried to throw, and the ball fluttered into the hands of a Chanel player at the 35, a 65-yard interception return.
Yeah, oh, man, I know Scotty would like to have that one back, and I think somebody got a paw on that ball, too. They hit him, and, of course, it was pretty heavy going there, and they just should have settled to the turf and taken a loss, but he tried to put her in there, and, well, this is an opportunistic team and given a chance, and so they're going to line up for extra point conversion, Spike.
13-6 Chanel. Snap a little high, put down good, line drive kick. That's good, and Chanel leads at 14-6. Well, Jim, once your arm's coming forward as a quarterback, there's not much you can do when you're hit from the blind side. And the Tigers will just have to make up somehow for the bad break.
Yep, you can. We see a flag down there, and they're going to bring him back, I guess. Roughing the kicker. I wasn't even sure that he got that kicker at all, but number 22, Nate Baer, coming in there, almost blocked it, but must have got a piece of his leg as well. Yeah.
Well, while they sort this thing out, we'll get some more of our sponsors here. We've got Tom and Cindy Overmeyer for son Scott, the quarterback. We've got Tim, Becky, and Jenny Strayer for their son and brother, Ryan Strayer. We've got one of the biggest Tiger fans of all, Duke Overmeyer, for Scott Overmeyer and Troy Westover. We've got Donnie Sharp and John Slager, who have teamed up in their battle to stop them stinking yellow flags. So far, that hasn't hurt Liberty to this point. We've also got Herb Murdoch in the Downtown Pinochle Club. And also another old Tiger Salt, Randall Carpenter, along with wife Joe. They wish the team good luck in their quest for the state title. Randall played back on the 1932 Tiger team. Also, we've got Bill and Betsy Zeiter for their son, Nate Zeiter. We've got Dawn and John Bender and Graham and Grandpa Leininger for their son and grandson, Matt Leininger. And certainly we want to mention, we've also got Grandpa Jerry and Grandma Elma congratulating their grandson, Troy Westover, on breaking the Tiger rushing record.
Yeah, look where they're kicking off from, Spike.
Yeah, onside kick, that bounce high, still floating around there. And Chanel going for the juggler, trying to recover. That ball finally comes to rest at the 27. We'll have to wait for him to sort it out, and the Tigers somehow come up with it.
Yeah. Well, Spike, that was a good play call there by the Firebirds. You know, they had a real good field position as a result of that roughing the kicker penalty, so they elected to dribble one down and try to get their hands on it again. I didn't get who recovered it, but the Tigers did, and so they've got to get into some more ball control here.
All right, we've still got 4:04 remaining here in quarter number one. If you're just tuning in to TV5, it's Chanel 14, Liberty Center 6. Here is the handoff to Westover off the left side. He gets up to about the 29-yard line. A tough 2 yards there off that left side behind Carter and Bodenbender. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Well, we've seen Chanel with 2 big plays, Jim, a 65-yard interception return for a touchdown, and then that 30-yard pass on 3rd and 25.
Yeah, I believe their skill position players are pretty quick. in the papers, Chanel coach kind of wanted to brag on his boys being quick and big and strong and so forth. Well, line of scrimmage does not belong to them, even though they're 55 pounds bigger per man. They do have some quickness. I'll give them that, especially the skill position players.
Yeah, and they can also bring off the bench two other players to go 295 and 290. Here's a give to Salmi on a delay off that left side. Not much going there. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage is it. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, the Firebirds had that plugged up.
Evan Shaw with the stop.
Interesting note, Jim, Troy Westhoven came into the game 44 yards set or short of a monumental figure. That's 4,000 career rushing yards.
Oh, he's been a wonderful back for the Tigers.
All right, Tigers now line up in the offset eye. Here's Overmeyer looking for running room. He's in big trouble back at the 23 and hauled down there for a 5-yard loss. Tigers will be looking at a 4th and about 14, and they'll be forced to punt away.
Yeah, in the first series that the Tigers had the ball, they faked into the line there with Westhoven on one of them, and I believe this was another copy of that play wherein Scott Overmeyer rolls left and tries to streak up the sidelines, but Bedford had a couple fellas right there and put the kibosh to that.
Well, Chanel is definitely a north and south defensive type team. They want to set the tempo. They bring a lot of people, 1 or 2 linebackers every play. High booming kick. That goes all the way back to the hits at the 40. Takes a great Tiger roll, and that'll roll dead at the 20-yard line.
Man, Spartan fans, take a look at that kick. We got to add those yards up, Spike. That's a grand champion kick there. He might have had a little bit of breeze behind him. We'll give you that, but he used every bit of it, and the Bedford receiver positioned himself incorrectly. There was nothing he could do but watch it sail over his head. What a way to get the Tigers out of a hole.
All right, 58-yard punt for Strayer. That puts Chanel with a 1st down at their own 20-yard line. And the Tigers at this point, Jim, certainly need to come up with a big defensive stop.
Well, last time they had him down here in this neck of the woods, it was 3 and out. We'll see if they can do it again.
All right, a wide out to either side. Wing to the right. Here is a little draw off the right side. Not much there. Battles back to maybe the 21.
I believe Simbola got an ankle there, just enough to bring him down.
Matt Leininger with the stop.
Well, they've also in the press box got Liner on the hit. They'll give him a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Tiger rush defense, Jim, has been pretty solid so far.
It has. In fact, that's the case throughout these playoffs, Spike. So we don't care what people weigh out there. It's not the size of the dog. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
All right, now they've got a double wide out to the wide side of the field on the left. Straight drop back, 3-step drop. Fires it out there over the head of the intended receiver at the 24-yard line.
Matt Leininger with good pressure there. And remember when they had that ball in the same area before, Tigers come up with some big rush. I'm sure he pulled the trigger before he'd like to on that.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jim, a lot of times it's the kind of the pass rush that you get that helps your deep secondary, and also it's how well the deep secondary can cover to come up with a sack for the on-rushing lineman. So certainly defense is an 11-man job.
Oh, absolutely, and we got them spread out here pretty wide.
All right, trip receivers out to the offensive left side to the wide side, and we've got a busted player right there. Flag goes, whistles blow, and I imagine Chanel is going to be pushed back 5 yards on a procedure call.
Boy, yes, indeed. They were pointing in that direction. You know, they did this last time they had it down here, and I'll tell you what, at this level, at the state semifinals, you don't be getting yourself in trouble penalty-wise. They had a lot of receivers out, but somehow the officials didn't like what they saw, and this crowds them back, and it's that much further to get to the end of the down marker, Spike.
All right, now Chanel with a penchant for throwing deep. They'll have to look for something now. They're facing a 3rd and 14. They can get a 1st down at the 30-yard line. The ball rests back at the 16. They come out with that same trip receiver set to the right side. Single wide out on the right. Single setback. Here comes a Tiger blitz. They've got him in trouble, and he just barely throws it away. Oh, baby, who was in there? I believe that was Bear, number 22.
Yeah, also officials looked at him. He pretty ran out of the end zone, which would have been a safety, and there was no way he could complete a pass with that kind of a rush. Wow, the Tigers had their ears pinned back and really charged at him, Spike.
All right, with 1:12 seconds, the Tigers force Chanel to punt for the second time. Chanel leads it 14-6. Here is the snap, momentarily bobbled, gets it off high. A very short wobbling kick. That's going to come down at the 40 and take a backward bounce. And the Tigers will take over, I believe, right on it'll be the 35-yard line.
Now, inside the 35 even. But, hey, what a defensive stand to get there. I think Bedford's a little shocked here right now. In fact, that punter, he juggled it a while, and then as a result, just hit her straight up in the air, and you couldn't have a better defensive series by the Tigers. Good field position, ready to go here.
Yeah, 17-yard punt. Now the Tigers come out with a wide out to either side. Babcock on the left, Nick Parasini to the right. Two setbacks. Zeiter on the right, Westhoven on the left with the handoff down to about the 32. We're going to give him about 2 yards on the play. Jim, it is very rough indeed on the inside. Not much running room so far.
Yeah, those guys look rather immovable there. I remember, I believe it was the last game. First half went a little rough toward the Tigers, and they changed their blocking scheme ever so slightly. And then all of a sudden there was openings, and Tigers just made their rush really work then.
Well, as you can see, they've got just about everybody and his brother up in the block. Here's Overmeyer rolling out. Oh, come on. There's got to be a point where it's a little bit late on the hit. Overmeyer had nowhere to go. Great penetration once again by Chanel.
Yeah, and I believe that was a dyed-in-the-wool pass play. He had a couple receivers out there, and there just was no way. So they mounted a pass rush of their own, Spike.
All right, third down, and we're going to call it 17 yards for Liberty Center. The ball on the 40. They've got to get down to the 24-yard line. It'll be third down and 16 here at the end of the first quarter. And the score, St. Peter Chanel 14, Liberty Center 6. All right, here we go now. Third down and 16 for Liberty Center at the Chanel 40. Overmeyer with a straight hard drop, looking for Parasini on a crossing pattern, and runs into his own man there at the 40, at the 39. Parasini had some running room, but sometimes things just don't work, and now Liberty Center faced with a 4th and 16 at the Chanel 40. Jim, I don't know. We're in 4-down territory, but this is a long way to go.
I know it. I think you might see anything here, but boy, Ryan Strayer, just an excellent punt last time. Remember the other direction, a 58-yard net, no return punt.
Jim, they might be ready for a fake here. No, Strayer's going to put a foot into a nice spiraling punt. That's taken all the way back at the 8-yard line. Hit right there. He breaks loose, battles his way back up to the 10, and hemmed in and shoved out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Man, I quite wisdom of that receiver fielding that ball on about 4-yard line. But I guess he has a lot of confidence. He got it up to the 20.
Hey, you know, it's a little confusing, Jim. They've got the yellow lines out there for a soccer setup.
Oh, where did he catch that, Spike?
No, I think he was down probably somewhere around the 5 or 6 yard line, but I was confused a little bit there with the when the ball did come down, and yeah, he was deeper even than he should have been.
Yeah, generally they're told to let that ball go, stay out of the way of it.
All right, a wide out to either side, I formation, wing to the left. Here's the pitch coming around that right side. Bear out there, fight. Oh, wait, he snaps through. He's got a lot of running room, makes a great cut. He's at midfield at the 30, the 20, 10, and in for the touchdown. 81-yard score, and now Chanel leads it 20-6.
Well, I tell you, those Bedford Chanel boys know how to block, Spike. I witnessed just about 2 blocks, just absolutely key right there. Oh, not far from the line of scrimmage, and that really opened things up. But we're looking at a flag there, so maybe the Tigers got a breath here. But the Chanel runner showed a lot of speed there.
Well, they showed what I looked to me like a clip or a below-the-block signal, but they signaled against Liberty Center. Jim, on defense, I don't think I ever saw that called.
Well, I'm not sure either, but wow, when he got back there, and then somebody put a real lick on safety Tim Myers, and then he had all open field.
All right, snap high, set down, kick is up, and that drives right down the middle. And Chanel with 11:26 to go, still here in the first half. They lead 21-6. Jim, perhaps ironic, but it was 21-6 last week. Liberty Center trailing early in the second quarter.
Yep, I recall. I believe this is a big play team we're playing, Spike, and no question when they get some open field, wow, they've got some speed there. But again, good blocks, good downfield blocks, and of course the Tigers have done that all year. But certainly scattered around this state, there's got to be some other teams that can block well. And Bedford Chanel on their downfield blocking, well, it just was there.
All right, mention if the managers for Liberty Center, some future football stars in the waiting. We've got the Big E, Eric Weimer, Mike the Mauler Engler, Joe Little Shotgun Chatty, Butt Kicking Brennan Flory, Jeremiah was a Bullfrog Hill, and Kurt the Crunchman Silvas. Thanks a lot to you fellas. A lot of work, a lot of abuse, but a lot of great atmosphere. All right. Tigers lining up now. They're definitely in the ball game, but a couple of real tough breaks have given Chanel a 21-6 lead. Back deep is the Parasini brothers. That kick floats and sails and will roll out of bounds down at around the 4-yard line. So the Tigers, I assume, will gain possession at about the 35.
That's good wisdom there by Parasini. You don't want to be fielding that, not in that coffin corner. So they'll get the prescribed positioning there and good fair field position. These guys look like deer running out there when they get around end or in the secondary.
Yeah, definitely an athletic team to say the least. Big, fast, and strong.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say ball control is what favors the Tigers. If we can hang on that ball on a sustained drive.
All right. They show a 7-man front. A lot of stunting there at the line to give to Zeider off that left side. And Nate Zeider battles his way all the way up to the 41-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play.
Well, there was good blocking there. Kyle Leatherman and Zach Gramling right in the mix there, making a hole for him. Good run.
Well, the Tigers need to answer their call right now. They trail by 15 with still, Jim, a world of time, 11 minutes here remaining in the second quarter. All right, we've got Zeider on the right, Westhoven on the left.
Yeah, that ought
double
to be
wing
5
back.
yards against Bedford there, Spike. Number 50 threatened to blitz on that, and he got way past the neutral zone.
Yeah, they never used to call that, Jim, until just a few years ago, and now where, the defense could jump and jockey and try to draw the offensive line off.
Well, that's a nice 5 yards. That'll give them a first down.
Yeah, first down via the penalty, and the Tigers now with a 1st and 10 on the 46, their own 46-yard line. We've got Nick Parasini and Babcock spread out wide to the right, the wide side of the field. And unbalanced line to the left with Strayer, the tight end. Straight drop back. Here's the lob to Strayer, and it's caught! It's caught! What a catch there at the 34-yard line!
Oh, yeah, and it was knocked it out of his hands, but the official called it correctly. And what concentration by Ryan Strayer. We've seen him make receptions like that all year long, Spike, and boy, that was one. It was in traffic. Scotty delivered the ball right to him, and wow, what a pass.
And what a catch. In traffic, gain of 20 yards to Strayer. Strayer, the leading receiver for Liberty Center, 27 catches, 346 yards coming into the game. All right, Tigers with the double wing package. Here goes Zeider, or Bear in a deep pitch there. Now the give to Westhoven, the up back. He makes a cut at the 30, down to the 25-yard line.
But, we've seen him follow his block and make his cuts. Well, from our vantage point, if he'd have just drilled to the outside, I think he'd scored, Spike. But, that boy, you got to decide that in just a split second, and he came back inside. But a well-conceived play there.
Well, when you put Bear in motion, you kind of expect Bear to be the man that gets the deep pitch. Instead, it was actually to the up back Westhoven. So a gain of 9 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 1. The nose of the football resting right on the 25-yard line.
You know, people that know Westoven gets a lot of yards for the Tigers kind of think, well, how can he do this? Well, there's so many offensive looks that are presented that it's just not that easy.
All right, now here we go. We got Zeiter, the wing on the left, Bear wing on the right, or excuse me. Yeah, we've got a Liberty Center timeout.
Timeout, Liberty Center Tigers.
After the timeout, Liberty Center comes out. They've got a 2nd and 1. The ball at the 25-yard line of Chanel. Double wing back package. Here's Zeiter in motion to the left. Here's the deep pitch to Westoven. He's got running room to the outside at the 20. A straight arm and down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 7 yards and a Westoven burst for 7 and a first down for Liberty Center.
Yeah, good play there. Nice call there. Got to protect the middle. That's where Westoven gets a lot of them, but he can also go wide. And I don't know, I think Bedford might be a little soft around end, Spike. Anytime we seem to get wide, it looks like it might be there.
Well, you know, they're putting a lot of people up in that box, and if you come out good at the point of attack, you know, you can make things happen. Now the Tigers with that same double wing package, same Zeiter motion to the short side of the field. Westoven straight up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2 real tough yards. Boy, Jim, that is just like trying to move a concrete block wall.
Yeah, those boys are big there, and if they can hold their ground, it kind of plugs her up. But see, there's so many different things the Tigers do from their various formations as they line up on offense. But so far, a good time-consuming drive here for the Tigers. They just need to stay at it and get her in the end zone.
All right, we got Babcock spread out wide to the right. Zeiter the wing on the right, Bear the wing on the left. Single setback is Westoven. Here's deep pitch Westoven with a quick burst, and he's down to the 15-yard line. A gain of not quite 3 yards, but it will bring up a 3rd down, and we're going to call it 6. Oh my! Ooh, ouch on the spot. Definitely, as we look at it, a right-footed spot. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 16 with the nose of the football across the 16-yard line. Tigers need to get down to the 9 for a 1st and 10. Double wide out to the right. Now Parasini in motion to the football. Here is Overmeyer rolling out with time. He fires deep and over the head of Nick Parasini. 4th down and 7, Jim. Obviously, we're in 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah, there's a conceived play. I'm sure the coaches for the Tigers have spent an awful lot of time scripting what to do in each situation, and of course they'll pull a play here that oftentimes has been successful, and these Tigers, they believe they've been able to execute as good as any Tiger team we've ever seen, Spike, so here we go.
All right, double wide out to the right. Double set back, Westoven on the left, Zeiter on the right. Parasini in motion, Overmeyer straight drop back, looks, he's got Zeiter! And that, yes it is! They're gonna call out a face mask, or excuse me, a face guarding pass interference call.
Yeah, and that's deservedly so, Spike, because that defender was looking right at the receiver. He had no idea where the ball was and shielded him from coming to make the catch. So that's a good call, and what a gutsy play call there by the Tigers, but they held their ground and executed, and they're going to get a fresh set of downs right close to the goal line.
Yeah, Zeiter, the intended receiver, had a beat on the ball, but under the circumstances had no cut or no chance at all to make the reception. Now, normally pass interference is 15 yards. It'll be walked off from the 16-yard line, so it should put it right down at the 8. Half the distance to the goal, and now the Tigers with a golden opportunity to get right back into this ball game.
Yeah, the key wherever they put it is it's a clean set of downs, Spike.
All right, now they got the double wing back package. Westoven the single setback. Babcock spread wide to the right. Zeiter in motion. Here's a give straight ahead to Westoven. He's inside the 5 and down to the 3 on the quick burst. Jim, you keep pounding that middle, buddy, and good things happen. A gain of 5 by Westover.
Yeah, and nice blocking by his teammates. I didn't see exactly at the point there, but we know where he runs right in there. And I'll tell you, this offensive line for the Tigers, they just do it. They do it time and time again, and they're doing it against bigger men here today.
Yeah, that was in that Neil Carter side. Neil Carter, Lucas Bodenbender, and Leininger the center. Now the Tigers are 2nd and goal at the 3. Here's Overmeyer, deep pitch, Westover. He cuts, he breaks, and he's into the end zone. He's into the end zone. Bedford Chanel, take a look at that, baby, because we're on the board again. You ain't got nothing on us.
Yes, sir. Bedford Chanel scores a lot of points through this playoff run. They've outscored their opponents big. In fact, they've kept their opponents from scoring very many, but here we are, Spike. We're playing them tough. It's 21-12 as the Tigers contemplate, I would assume, a 2-point conversion attempt.
Yeah, at this point you trail by 9. Certainly a 2-point conversion now gets you down to 7. Now they line up with that same double wing package. Strayer, the tight end, on the left in the unbalanced line. Babcock spread wide to the right. Here, deep pitch, Westover. He's back. He launches. And Babcock can't quite come up with the catch. Got tangled up with the defender. And after about a half of the second quarter gone, there's 7:44 remaining. It's Bedford Chanel 21 and Liberty Center 12.
Yeah, Spike, I like the way the Tigers are able to function on offense. That just means if we can't make an extra point, we'll just have to score another touchdown or two.
Yep.
But Tigers doing well when they have the ball.
That didn't seem to bother Liberty last week as they trailed by 15, but got right back into the ball game. Now, Jim, with 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, this is big for Liberty Center. They're going slightly or into a slight wind. This is really big. If they can hold Chanel out now, they're going to go into that locker room with certainly a little bit of added confidence, knowing that when the chips were down, they could hold them.
Yep, on defense, the Tigers have got to somehow, some way, get them right there at the point of attack and not let them break loose because, wow, these Chanel boys can run like deer if they've got some green grass ahead of them. So Tigers have done a lot of things successfully defensively, notably their pass rush on occasion, and really the rush hasn't done much for Bedford Chanel except on a big play here and there, but, well, that's what put points on the scoreboard, too.
All right, Leatherman kicking off for Liberty Center. High line drive, end over end kick, taken at the 13-yard line and backed up to the 11. The return straight up the field, breaks a tackle, but he pays the penalty there. Hit and brought down at about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I want to give Brad Sambola credit for kind of stuffing that. He had 2 men blocking him there deep, and he was still able to crowd into the ball carrier, and now here come then the committee of Tigers that nailed him.
All right, now that gutsy but small Liberty Center team on defense.
I loved our pass pressure when it was apparent he was going to pass. The rush was on, Spike. I think we need some more of that.
All right, here's the give straight ahead. Not right there. Behind, I think, Lucas Bodenbender.
Yeah.
Baby, nail that one shut because you're down.
Yeah, Lucas Bodenbender was standing up, but there was not much movement. He might have got a scant yard, half a yard, a foot is all they're going to give him. So we're loving that.
Hey, Lucas Bodenbender gives 50 pounds away to that 200 and I believe he goes 245 pounds at fullback, and Bodenbender about $195.
That's true. That's that big back they call the Rock. Well, the Rock just met a piece of Liberty Center there.
Yeah. All right, now a wide out to the wide side of the field on the left. A wide out to the short side right. Man in motion toward the wide side. Chanel in an I formation, bobbles it, now on a quarterback draw, and battles his way up to about the 33, brought down there by Nate Zeider.
Nate Zeider with the tackle.
Jim Chanel with a 3rd and 4 on their own 33. They need to get the ball to the 37, just across the 37-yard line for a first down. Wide out to either side in the shotgun formation. Lobbed out there over the head of Carter, caught, and they're going to look for a spot. Oh, boy, I think after the referee battled forward and dodged around 2 players,
Yeah.
his spot may have moved forward by about a half a yard. It's going to be close.
Yeah, they signaled the first down, and Ryan Strayer out there in the flat almost had that ball. Oh, man, he just was on his toenails just reaching for it. Didn't quite get it. Had he caught that, Spiker, I mean, yeah,
definitely that would have been a quick 6.
Yeah, so Tigers played real tough defense there, but Bedford does move the sticks.
All right, 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. We got motion to the wide side of the field. I formation. Here's the deep pitch. Looking for running room there. There's a clip, and they got it called. Still on his feet up to the 50, but that don't matter. Finally hauled down out there by Dotson.
Derek Bell.
You know, I'll say this about these referees tonight, but when you get to the state finals, you expect excellent refereeing, but they see things, Spike, and boy, it isn't a real hesitation call. They just flip her out there right now.
All right, Carter with the hard rush. Got clipped.
Oh, that's moving them back pretty good, Spike. They're going to have to come back and try again.
All right, the walk-off, the point of the foul was at the 36-yard line. They walked it off. Wow.
When, yeah.
3 and 5 is 8. They only walked it off 9 yards, Jim. Kind of a funny call.
Scoreboard says first and 22, Spike.
All right, we'll go with that, first and 22. Now the straight drop and flipped out there. That might be a lateral, but the referee ruled incomplete. Oh, Jim, that's getting real close. I'm not sure that ball was ahead of him.
Well, that's true. You know, these penalty yards kind of piling up against the Firebirds from Bedford Chanel. Anyway, it still translates into good defense by the Tigers, causing them to make mistakes like that.
All right, just to give you an idea of the offensive line, they go 280 and 265 at the tackles. 245 and 260 inside. Now we got a flag on the play. Boy, they're going at it now. Leininger and number 56.
Yeah, it looked like Tiger might have jumped off sides there unless he was drawn off, and that's what we're going to look at.
Encroachment on the defense. Second down, 17.
Here, I'll set that offensive line again. At the tackles, they go 280 and 260. At the guards, they go 245 and 265. And at center, 240 pounds. We weren't even that big, Jim, with Blake and Chris Box in there.
Yeah, this is a big team.
All right, quick drop and pass thrown out there behind the intended receiver.
Oh, the quarterback got drilled back there. Good heat on him. Just excellent heat. And that's just what you want on a passing team. You got to hit that quarterback. You got to say hello to him. You got to just drive him into the ground. And Tiger rushers can and have done that several times tonight. And that matters because he pulls the trigger before they're looking for it out there, before that pattern matures. And as you pointed out, helps the defensive secondary.
All right, that quarterback knockdown came from number 3, Nate Zeider. All right, we've got a third down, and we're going to call it 16. Ball rests on the 32-yard line. Chanel needs a first down at the 48-yard line. Trips wide outs to the left, and we've got a flag on a play. Jim, that might be too much time.
I think maybe movement, too, on all those receivers, but I don't know.
Well, the penalty came from
It is. Good signal. Too much time there, Spike. You're exactly right. And I'll tell you, that just helps again with the Tiger defense because it's now third down and, I don't know, just estimating probably 24 yards.
Well, Chanel's offensive theories here is to send a lot of people. Usually they'll send trips in these types of situations, flood the area with receivers, and then throw it deep, hoping to get good single coverage. And with their supposedly superior athletes, they want to go up and make the catch. All right, they've got trips to the wide side of the field on the left. Single setback, quick two-step drop, and a quick slant over the middle. Caught. He tries to go find running room, and he's going to be hauled down across the 40, at around the 42 by Brian Dotson.
Yeah, that was a good play, good pass play, engineered. Had a lot of receivers out there, and quarterback drilled the ball right in there. But still, fourth down and, well, I don't know, 6 or 7 there, Spike.
We're going to call it fourth and about 5 yards to go. And with 5 minutes to go, Jim, certainly with the wind at their back, I would think Chanel would punt. But hey, who knows? This is the state playoffs, baby. We're down to the semifinals. All right, back deep is Strayer, standing at his 28-yard line. Booming kick, fair catch called for by Strayer. And the Tigers will take over, 1st and 10 with 4:40 to go. They'll have the ball at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that's good defense by the Tigers. They had penalties on Bedford Chanel, which might have helped them a little bit, but now the Tigers, with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go, got a chance to help even things up here, Spike.
All right, we'll start catching a few of our sponsors again. We've got Miller Brother Trucking with Skip Miller, the Holgate Metal Fabrication with Jeff Spangler, Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, and Liberty Products with Terry Bowers. Tigers show double wing back set with a wide out with Babcock. Here is the give and a loss, a huge yardage there.
Yeah, Parasini coming
Nick
around
Parasini
there.
in the backfield on an end around. And that's going to be a loss of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 14. Ball back at the 20, the nose of the football across the 25-yard line. Liberty Center has to get to their own 39 for a 1st and 10. 4:16 to go here in quarter number 2. It's Chanel 21, Liberty Center 12. Tigers now with double wideouts to the right side, 2 setbacks. Here is Overmeyer setting up a screen, and just behind Parasini, falls incomplete. You know, Chanel, Jim, even though you're setting up a screen and you expect a hard rush, these guys are quick, and Overmeyer, even on the screen pass setup, has very little time.
Yeah, they were coming there, but of course the tendency of a screen, you let the man through, either just sort of brush block him or totally let him through, and boy, that play did happen very fast, but pass not quite where it needed to be, and downs are getting used up here.
All right, a wide out to either side, 2 setbacks. We've got a fumble. Oh no. Oh my, well, another costly turnover, and Chanel now with outstanding field position from their standpoint. They'll have a 1st and 10 on the Liberty Center, 25-yard line.
Yeah, we're not sure what happened there, but as you say, a turnover, and wow, a dangerous place to have a turnover with just under 4 minutes to go. So we'll see what these Tigers can do, Spike. They've played tough defense throughout the season when they really had to, and this would be one of those times.
Well, Chanel has had very little luck running the football, but they've got a very potent passing attack. They set up in the I formation, give to the second back through, and not much there. Hit, and there's a loose ball on the turf. Liberty Center says they've got it, but that's not whose opinion counts. Jim, I don't know who made the big hit there for Liberty Center.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still waiting for the signal. I thought they signaled.
2nd down.
Oh my. Yeah, he showed fingers, and that means that they retained possession. Tigers thought they had it. Tiger fans thought they had the football.
Yeah, we saw that football bouncing loose there and figured, man, the black shirts were just flying toward it, but must have been a white jersey under there somewhere.
2nd down, 8.
All right, 2nd down and about a long 8 yards to go. A wide out to either side, wing right and the I formation. In motion. Here is the deep pitch. Looks for running room there, and he's going to be brought down at about the 20. Good Tiger closure there from Bear. Good lateral pursuit from Simbola. Also in out there was Dotson. Well, they just get bigger and bigger, Jim. 2:55 left here in the second quarter. Chanel already with a 9-point lead, and they've got a 3rd down and 6 with the ball right on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, well, rest assured, I believe they'll use 2 downs to get the 1st down. Although they've got good kickers, they may be thinking field goal if they can't convert a 1st down.
All right, backs in the offset I. Wing to the right. A wide out to either side. A little bit of problem with the right out over there. That's caught at the 20 and drops the football. Jim, that guy had problems before the ball was even snapped on the play.
Well, I'll tell you what, at this point in a football game, when a ball just sails right through your hands and you're facing the quarterback looking for it, you've got to catch those, and he didn't. It seems as though he was wondering where his coverage was, or maybe he was smelling the goal line already, but the ball sails through his hands, and Tiger come up with a good defensive.
2:27, 4th and 5 at the 20-yard line. Look for the quarterback to roll out here. He's got a wide out to either side. Here's a hard caught. Oh, shoot.
Well, I can't believe he was that open, Spike. That's the same guy that let the pass sail through his arms just to play it go. And I don't know. We were giving him a lot of cushion, and you know what? I'm looking down there at that yellow line, and it almost looks as though our boys were respecting that as the edge line. I mean, that soccer yellow line down there.
Well, I'm not sure, but the bottom line is Chanel leads at 27-12, and they set to kick the extra point. Snap, good, kick up, and that's good. And with 2:21 to go, Liberty Center now definitely with their backs against the wall. It's Chanel 28 and Liberty Center 12.
Well, there's a lot of time left on the clock, so the Tigers will get their hands on it, and if they can roll the dice and make it happen here, they can kind of tighten her up a little bit. But boy, I go back to that. That's looser coverage than I've seen out of our Tiger secondary in a long time, Spike.
Okay, Tom. All right, Chanel set to kick. 2:21 left in the second quarter, and with some bad breaks for Liberty Center, they trail 28-12. Here's the high end over end kick. Nick Parasini comes up, takes it on the 14-yard line, behind the wedge, straight ahead, and hauled down there at about the 27-yard line. Well, Jim, like you said, there's only 2:16 to go. The Tigers may have to consider starting to open up the aerial game here a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of scores, though, with this much time left, either maybe even in the game or at a halftime. So they thought about it, and we'll just see whether Bedford Chanel can come up with a defensive stop on our Tigers.
All right, a wide out to either side. Parasini on this side, Babcock on the other side. Double setback with Zeiter and Westhoven. Here's the deep pitch to Westhoven, hauled down by one guy there, tripped up the line of scrimmage, but stayed on his feet and got up to about the 34-yard line, gain of 6 yards on the play. We're going to call it a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Tigers need to get the ball just across the 38-yard line for a first down. The ball on the 34. Babcock now wide out to the wide side of the field on the left. Here is Overmeyer on a quick drop. He throws it to a wide open Westhoven at midfield. He makes a great cut and a great block by Babcock. Westhoven at the 20, down to the 15, the 10, and all the way down to the 3-yard line. Jim, the Tigers come up with another wrinkle. They found an open seam in the middle of the field.
Oh, did they ever? I tell you, Bedford Chanel had a big rush on Scott Overmeyer, and he held her just as long as he could, and then he delivered a strike. And, of course, you get Troy Westhoven back there with the ball where he needs to be, and here they are. Tigers knocking on the door, going to just get a lot closer to that Bedford Chanel, 28 points.
Well, we're going to call it a 61-yard completion. You know what Bedford does is they jam everybody up front. They'll have as many as 8 men in the box, and they dare you to go one-on-one with them. Well, what happens is the secondary drops off deep, and that middle is wide open. The Tigers have taken advantage of that several times. Now here, Overmeyer under center. Give to Westhoven. He's hit at the 4 and gets back to the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal there at the 3. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2.
If the scoreboard is accurate, it shows the Tigers with 2 timeouts remaining, Spike.
Well, certainly time won't be a factor here, Jim. The Tigers have all the time they need to punch it into the end zone. But the big thing here is they've got to move the football 3 yards into the teeth of the very talented Chanel defense, who have averaged only giving up 8 points a game all season. Here is the give to Westhoven off the left side. He's down, and he's in! A great spin move at the 1-yard line, and Westhoven willed his way into the end zone. It's a Tiger touchdown, and they're back within a 28-18 score.
Oh, man, that was key. You know, Bedford Chanel scored on that fumble there. They had good field position. and then they eventually took it in and scored and opened up the gap a little bit, Spike, but the Tigers answer quickly, getting right back within striking distance.
Jim, how many times have we seen that this year where the Tigers have turned in a bad field position or only 2 minutes left on the clock into a score? They've been really tough late in the second quarter. Now the Tigers are lined up to go for two. Parasini in motion toward the football. Here's the pitch to Westoven. Cuts it up inside. And I think he's in. He's in there. They're within 8. Boy, that's big, Jim. It's 28-20.
I know it. That's just a touchdown and another Tiger conversion. So Tigers are actually got them right where they want them. You know, I mean,
that's right.
They may be a touchdown behind, but our conditioning always is a big factor. And time again, we've learned that they play 48 minutes of football, and I'm liking the way our Tigers are looking, Spike.
Kyle Leatherman to kickoff.
All right, Tigers set to kick off. Tiger fans on their feet. Now they try a little pooch kick there and hauled down over there near midfield by, I believe, number 55, Gramling. Yeah, Zach Gramling in on the hit. The ball near midfield.
Boy, oh boy, Spike, that's a roll of the dice. You sometimes think, let's put some distance between them and the Tiger goal line, but on the other hand, if that would have worked, the Tigers would have had their hands on it again. So Tiger defense now has got to protect that secondary.
Well, certainly a big series here. 51 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 28-20, Chanel by 8. Double wide out to the left. Three-step drop and a little hitch route there, caught at the 50. And finally hauled out of bounds, shoved out down there by Babcock.
Boy,
gain of about 5 on the play.
Spike, that's a well-conceived play. That quarterback took a real quick three-step drop, and he just zinged it out there, not even knowing where his receiver was, just because that's a practice play, and that was a perfect strike.
All right, clock stops with the run out of bounds after the catch. 46 seconds, 28-20. Wide out to the right, now motion to the right, I formation in the backfield. Three-step drop, takes 2 more and then launches deep. Parasini out there and knocks it away. Well, that ball was overthrown and Parasini was actually wide open there for a moment.
He got a paw on it, Spike, and had he somehow been able to one-hand that thing, he had just open sideline ahead and could put some more points up for the Tigers.
Well, clock stops with 40 seconds to go. 3rd and 4 for Chanel. Ball at the 41-yard line of Liberty Center. Well, for you, Ob Kessler, hey, them Black Bandits haven't given up yet. They're battling with everything they got. And for Barb Kessler and for Dale Leininger, hey, these Tigers ain't quitting, neither should you. All right, here we go, a double wide out to the right, wide out to the left. Quick drop and caught over there at the 36, makes a great cut in the move, and he's peeled over there by Sambola and hauled down at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, he can dance around all he wants, but if there's Tigers right in the area like that, eventually he's gonna meet his match. And
Jeremy Babcock and Neil Carter with the stop.
Out under 30 seconds here, Spike.
All right, they gave him forward progress there. Yeah, he ran backwards on his own medal. Jim, that was a bad call, flat out bad call.
I agree, that spot was not at all fair.
All right, clock running at 23, quick slant route, caught at the 25-yard line. Oh, Jim, that one hurts.
Babcock on the stop. Now remember, these Chanel boys like to kick this football, so they'll probably be on the sideline warming up for a potential field goal.
Well, the clock stopped with 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, Bedford.
Excuse me, that was Greg Washington with the reception.
Yeah.
We'll just have to look for. They do, you say?
Yes.
All right, set to go here after the Chanel timeout. 1st and 10 on the Liberty Center 25-yard line. Here's a little fake. The draw now swings it out there. What a hit! Babcock Buck laid the wood, or no, Bear laid the wood to him, but somehow the receiver hung on at the 15-yard line.
Well, that was a good pass there by the Bedford Chanel offense. He run that defender off and then delivered a good pass, and looked as though Tigers was going to shake it loose on him, Spike.
Timeout, Firebird.
Well, on the 10-yard line, 2nd and 1.
If try. Yeah, I mean, he just gotta keep him out. If it falls incomplete, they may then go.
Okay, here we go. Chanel burns their last time out. They've got a wide out to either side of the field, wing left, and he's in motion to the right. 8 seconds left. Quick drop.
Flag.
And looks, he throws deep into the end zone, and that's going to be far overthrown.
Yeah, the flag drops, Spike, so I think with 3 seconds on the clock, that might just about do it.
Flag on the play.
You know, I'm surprised that they went deep, Jim, with a little bit of a drag route over the middle. They could have picked up a first down. You know, got themselves a little closer. Now we'll see what the penalty is. That's going to go against Chanel. And now you, as a Tiger, you have to look at pushing them back out of field goal range.
Yeah, well, they'll try a field goal anyway, Spike. I see him out there with his thing to set it up with. So we'll find out what kind of leg this Chanel kicker's got.
Ball on the 20.
All right, it'll be a 37-yard attempt for Bedford Chanel. They lead at 28-20 in a wide open game here in this first half. 3 seconds to go. Final play of the first half. Here's the snap. Good snap there. Set down good. Kick is long enough. And it's good. It splits the uprights. And Chanel comes up with a field goal. And at the end of the first half, it's Bedford St. Peter Chanel High School, the Firebirds. They lead Liberty Center 31-20.
version, ladies and gentlemen, of Barbara Ann.
Oh, yeah.
Little thing here.
Okay, here we go. Getting ready for the second half. Thanks to our statisticians, Ted Bear and Bill Salmi. On the defensive side of it, leading tacklers for Liberty, we've got Nate Bear with 4 and also Matt Leininger with 4. We've got Nate Zeiter, Nick Parasini, Brian Dotson, and Carter with 2 tackles each. Zeiter's got 2 hurries, and Bear, Leininger, and Carter all with 1 hurry each. Time of possession favors Liberty Center. Liberty Center with 13 minutes and 40 seconds, and Chanel St. Peter's with 10:20. So Liberty Center with a little over 3 minutes there. All right, on the offensive side of it, as we prepare for the second half kickoff, Chanel kicking off to Liberty Center. High end-over-end kick. Parasini comes up, takes it on the 11. Momentary bobble. Now returns straight ahead behind the block. He's got running room, makes a great spin at the 30. On his feet, yet at the 40. Still on his feet, grinding and driving, and across the 45 to the 46. A great way to start the second half. Jim, and I want to tell you, a most entertaining and fascinating game, to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. And he followed blockers and guys throwing blocks right down there toward the end. Sets the Tigers up with excellent field position, Spike.
All right, in that first half, Liberty Center with a total of 8 first downs to only 4 for Chanel. Liberty Center with 2 passing, 4 rushing, 2 by penalty. For Chanel, 4 passing first downs. Liberty Center with that 8-4 edge there. Now we've got a double right out to the right, Parasini in motion. Here's the give to Westoven. He stays on his feet and bambles and bangs his way across the 50 and down to the 47-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up second down and 2.
Ah, good work by that Tiger offensive line. And Spike, they've heard us say it many, many times, but you talk about making adjustments at halftime. This Liberty Center team does it as good as any high school team I've ever been around.
Well, no question about it. They like to toy with them at the end of the first half and come out strong in the second. All right, second down and 2. Tigers with good field position here and a good down situation. Give to Westoven. He breaks the tackle. It spins and battles his way inside the 45, inside the 44, and a Tiger first down. Gain of about, we're going to call it a long 3 on the play. Jim, in the first half, the Tigers had a lot of trouble on first down, but right off the bat, a great kickoff return, and then 8 yards by Westoven. And by the way, that 8 yards gives Troy Westoven the milestone mark of over 4,000 yards in his career.
Wow.
All right, Tigers come out with a double wide out to the left, 2 setbacks. Parasini in motion toward the football. Here's the give to Westoven, and he crunches and grinds down to about the 41. All right, yardage for Liberty Center in that first half. 23 carries for only 54 yards, 2.5 yards a carry. that monstrous front line doing a number on the Tigers rushing game. But on the other hand, Liberty Center, Overmeyer 3 of 8 for 119 yards. And that was the spark for Liberty Center in the first half. Second down and 8. Tigers with a wide out to either side. Offset. There to Westoven. He's at the 40 to the 35. Follows a great block there by Zeider and all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you, blocking, and then Westoven knows what to do with it. And Nate Zeider, he just was able to screen that guy off that had outside containment for Bedford Chanel, and so that moves the sticks. Tigers coming out doing just what they intend to do, Spike.
All right, we're going to call that a 13-yard gain. The nose of the football on the 29-yard line of St. Peter Chanel. The Firebirds back on their heels on defense. The Tigers coming out firing here in the second half. We've got a standard wing package to the right. Chanel shows blitz. Here's the pitch to Westoven. He makes a nice spin at the 29 and boils down to the 25. Pick up a 4 yards. The Tigers marching on. And Jim, boy, that is a right-footed spot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I would agree, but you know, as you say and point out, and we're enjoying watching and bringing to you this contest, is the Tigers coming out here and just rushing the ball, Spike. That's what it is, blocking, execution, and moving the ball.
Well, the Tigers not taking a back seat to this huge offensive and defensive line. They're going right at the big boys from Chanel, the Firebirds. Now with the offset, pro set to the left. Zeider on the left and a straight ahead give to Westoven. He's at the 20 with a burst. He makes a cut. He's at the 10. Makes another cut to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a Tiger touchdown. It's a Tiger touchdown. Jim, they come right out in the second half and they shove the right dog right down their throats. And the Tigers close to that 5 at 31-26.
Oh, yeah, and perfect blocking scheme there. And how about that? Troy Westoven darted this way, darted that way, followed his blocking, and that is as pretty as we've seen it all season long, and we've seen it a lot, Spike. He just followed his blocks. It was a well-conceived called play. They got him through the line of scrimmage, but even as he got near the goal line, there were blockers down there just doing what they could do.
Troy Westoven is nearing the 400-yard mark in carries for a season, and that is incredible at the high school level. And every run we see just gets better and better. All right, single setback is Salmi. Here is the give on a little inside around and out, and he's in for the score.
Yeah.
Nate Baird on an inside reverse. The man that they said would not get the football tonight scores a big 2 points there, and the Tigers are within 3 at 31-28.
Oh, yeah, these Bedford Chanel folks, especially if you read some of the accounts in the paper, their coach just figured, well, yeah, we're good, you know, we're big, we're strong, we can do a lot, and so on. And hey, Spike, these Liberty Center Tigers, be they 55 pounds smaller across the line of scrimmage, they're just plain doing it.
Jim, you can't measure the size of heart, grit, and determination. We're talking about Liberty Center, 75 yards of being the little guy, but not inside, baby, and that's where it counts.
Yeah, and we didn't even think about throwing the pass. We just were going to rush it if we could, and it worked. We moved the stick several times and ran it right down the teeth of those big guys. So we'll see now if the Tiger defense can be as successful and then the Tiger offense get their hands on the ball again. We're going to turn this game around.
Yeah, Jim, this is the Bedford Chanel team that played 1 Division I school, 2 Division II schools, 2 Division III schools, 2 Division IV schools. Hey, these guys have played big schools all year, and here's Liberty Center matching them toe-to-toe, blow for blow. All right, Leatherman set to kick off for the Tigers. High wobbler, that's going to come down. That could be trouble bounding around. All caught there by Chanel. Oh, boy, Jim, what a place. That almost worked.
Yeah. Well, we've seen Kyle actually kick it almost through the end zone tonight, so I can sure each kickoff is kind of a planned thing. Tried an onside kick a time or two in the first half, didn't quite work, but all right, momentum clearly on the backs of the Tigers in their black uniforms there. We'll hope the defense can play as tough as the offense just did.
All right, Chanel comes out with a wing to the left, a wide out to either side in an I formation. Here is the give to the second back through. He's got some running room and kicks it outside. all the way down the sideline at the 40 and finally hauled down out there inside the 40-yard line. Lucas Bodenbender, Matt Leininger, and Brad Symbol out there along with Ryan Strayer.
Yeah, man, they showed some speed there, Spike. That guy was really motoring.
First and 10 at the 38.
Well, the big play offensive machine of Chanel comes through big there. They got a first down on the Tiger 39-yard line. A wide out to either side, wing to the right. Here is the give to that back coming out there. And Babcock coming across, hauls him down at the 35. He mangles Dickinsers his way up to the 33, a gain of 7. Boy, Jim, this is big for Liberty Center. Somehow they've got to find a way to keep Chanel out of the end zone.
Oh,
they
yeah.
trail only by 3.
I agree, and I tell you, this Chanel, they're going after our ends. They've run wide here a couple successive plays and get some blocks out there and turning them up for big yards.
All right, that was a gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4. We've got an official's timeout. We'll catch the rest of these stats here. For Chanel, they had 9 carries for 128 yards, but you take away the 81-yard run, and Liberty Center holding them to about 5 a carry. And in passing, Chanel very effective, 10 of 18 from the air for exactly 100 yards. Altogether, 27 plays for Chanel, 228 yards of offense. Liberty Center 31 plays for 173. All right, man in motion, goes left and stops. I formation. Here's the give to the fullback. Nothing doing there. Stacked up, and he's going to be hauled down by a host of tacklers.
Oh, I'm not just sure who got him there. I believe it was number 22, spiked. Who'd that be out there? Tip lady?
No, that's Nate Barron, that change in number from 74.
Yeah, that's right, but had him right there in the backfield, and somehow he squirmed loose. And
well, with all that extra driving and digging, he got about an extra yard, but it's going to bring up third down and short 5 yards to go for Chanel. The ball resting on the Liberty Center 33-yard line. A wide out to either side, and the man in the slot on the left side. High formation.
looks like he may be audibleized in, Spike.
All right, quick one-step drop. The toss is high, and that's going to be incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down and a short 5 yards to go. Chanel now faced with a decision. Do they punt Liberty Center deep and pin them back, or do they go for it? Their passing game has been effective, and I think they're certainly going to consider going for it here on fourth down.
Yeah, I would say where they're at, they'll probably try and go for it, Spike. But, you know, that was a real cat and mouse game. That quarterback was ducking this way and ducking that way, trying to sell the Tiger defense on an audible, but then he missed with his pass.
All right, watch for the quick slant here. They got trips right, quick three-step drop. The slant pattern caught it there at the 25, and good for a Chanel first down.
Moriarty's pass to Michael Collins complete.
Well, Jim, at this stage of the game, the Tigers can give up a field goal attempt, but certainly this is crucial to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah. Can't just go touchdown for touchdown. This Bedford Chanel does have a good offense, Spike. You've got to give them that. They quarterback can deliver a pass pretty good. Tigers have seemingly had answers for their rushing game, except for a few big ones that popped.
Yeah, Chanel very good at that quick inside slant, that quick dump pass to a running back. Now the I formation, give the second back through, and he's hauled down right there. No gain on the play. Strayer in on the hit, and in
Kyle Leatherman also.
Kyle Leatherman with the tackle.
Tigers stiffening the defense there. Chanel with a gain of maybe...
second down, 10.
No gain on the play at all. Good stuff there by Leatherman. And it'll be second down and 10. The ball on the Liberty Center 24-yard line. 6:18 to go in here in quarter number 3. Liberty Center grinds out a long touchdown drive to get within 3. Now Chanel with the football. Straight drop back, quick shot out there, caught at the 21-yard line, hauled in, and a great open field tackle by Tim Myers, number 8.
Yes, sir. He played him tight and closed in quick, and the pass was complete, but not a big gainer, Spike.
Yeah, help out there by Zeider. assisting Myers, and it'll be now 3rd down and 6. You know, Jim, I hate to say it, but Chanel is long overdue for some kind of a fumble play here.
You're exactly right. We
They
need a
had
turnover.
everything their own way, and nobody gets everything they want the whole football game. All right, here we go. Every play is big here. We're in the Division 5 state semifinals. Chanel with the ball. Here's the fake pitch, and they give it up inside, and that ain't going too far at all. The Tigers running down and stuff him at the 18. Altogether, 8 Tigers in on the hit.
Yeah, that's a good play by the Tiger defense. There's a lot of action there, but not much going. Matt Leininger getting up from the bottom of the pile as well as other Tigers. Good defense there, Spike.
Yep, we're going to be looking at 4th down and 6. Chanel has to get down. The nose of the football has to touch the 14-yard line. The ball just across at the 19.
They're sending their field goal man in, Spike.
No, they're not going
gonna
for
play.
it. They're lining up. They got a wide out to either side. I formation, wing back motion left. Tigers shift over. Quarterback in trouble. Now throws a slant across the middle, and it's a Chanel touchdown.
Pass to Jason Perry for the touchdown. Flag on
Oh,
the
we've
play.
got a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage, and that just might be coming back.
Oh, baby.
You want to put your hand in the cookie jar one too many times, baby, and somebody's going to catch you.
Man.
I believe that might be a motion call.
Wow.
Now that's going to shove Chanel back from the 19-yard line back to the 24. It'll be 4th down and 10 yards to go.
Boy, the Tigers dodged a bullet there, Spike.
Yep, now with the ball on the 24-yard line, Jim, should they go for 3, that's going to be a 41-yard field goal attempt. And in a game like this, a field goal could make a difference at the end.
Well, it'll still keep it within a touchdown.
Well, that's right. It'll be
So-
hold them to within 6. All right. The attempt will be a 41-yarder. Snap is up. Kick is up. End over end. And it's short. Yeah, baby. The
All
Tiger
right.
defense holds. They will take over on
right.
the 24-yard line.
Tiger defense got worked over a little bit, but when it came right down to it, they kept them out, Spike.
All right, Westoven was battered up a little bit on that touchdown run. That's why we saw Salmi as the lone setback on that Tiger inside reverse to Bear for the 2-point conversion. Now, Westoven, durable battler and fighter that is, back out onto the field after a new tape job. Yep, the ball will be, the ball's at the 20-yard line. High school rules, put it on the 20, goes into the end zone. Everything jammed up inside. Give to Westoven up the middle. Just tripped up. He gets up to the 24. Solid gain of, I believe, 5 yards on the play. They'll mark it at the 25. Jim, slowly but surely, and grudgingly, but Chanel starting to give up some ground
Yeah, that's true.
on defense.
Tigers' previous series used a lot of clock and just took her down and stuffed it. So that's the best play we've got, is keeping their offense idle.
Strayer, the tight end on the left. Babcock and Parasini spread wide to the right. Tigers in the offset, pro set here. Here's the give to the first back through Westoven. He digs and drives and gets up to about the 32-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and a short 3 yards to go. Tigers can get a first down with the nose of the football just across the 30-yard line. Big down here for Liberty Center as they want to sustain this drive.
Yeah, they don't need many yards, but they do need 3. A good 3 yards with a decent spot, Spike.
Jim, the Tigers have trailed the whole game, but there's certainly no quitting these guys. What a team of battlers. Here is the give. It's play action. Overmeyer lobs it out there, and it's caught on the sideline by Nate Sider. It's a Tiger first down.
Oh, man.
Sider took a licking, buddy, but he keeps right on ticking as he chugs and battles his way to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and a perfect pass. Scott Overmeyer, the Zider was covered out there, but he delivered it right where he needed to, and a good sure-handed catch.
14-yard gain for the Tigers. Nose of the football on the Tigers' own 40-yard line, but they've got a 1st and 10 as they move the change. A great throw by Overmeyer as he got it over the defensive end's outstretched hand. Tigers with 2 wide outs to the short side of the field. And a double setback, unbalanced line to the right. Here is the give straight ahead to Westoven. Stays on his feet, battles and uses his hand for balance. Tiger fans wanting a late hit. None forthcoming, but it's a gain of 5 yards for Westoven.
Yeah, and he fell there, Spike, and of course he was tripped up as he went through the line of scrimmage, but wow, we've seen him somehow, some way get a leg under himself and keep going there, but you know, that's a good play, and he's getting his yards and he's getting his carries like we knew he would, and those are all good signs for the Tigers.
That's right. Tigers moving the football on Chanel. They've got a 2nd and 5 on their own 45-yard line. Double wide out to the right. 2 setbacks. Here is the give straight ahead. Westoven spins and drives, and he's up to the 50-yard line, and that, I believe, is another Tiger first down.
Well, they may measure it, but we're from our vantage point, we're going to have a first down with that one, Spike.
Yeah, they're going to get a measurement, but certainly from here, baby, he got the full 5, and that's just as good as a 1st and 10.
Well, that puts it right at the 50-yard marker, Spike, and boy, I like it the way our offense is able to just mount a successful, time-consuming drive. That just bodes well for later in the game, and where conditioning always is the Tigers.
All right, Liberty Center breaks the huddle. Proud possessors of a 1st and 10 directly at the midfield stripe. Chanel brings everybody up. Now I'm going to call that just about 11 men in the box. Here's the give to Westoven. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and battles his way forward for a gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Jim, I think these boys are ripe for the picking.
I think they are when they really start crowding and stacking and trying to stop that rush, which they know is coming. If a little bit of play action, and then loft that pass out in the flats.
All right, Tigers come out with a wing back package to the left. Nate Bear, the wing back out there. Zider on the left, Westoven on the right. Here is the give to Zider. Ooh. Zider breaks a tackle, battles his way down to the 45.
Boy,
a gain of 3 yards on the play.
He was just a couple steps from really breaking that Spike, because, man, they had her stacked up in the middle there.
Yeah, we're getting out there where we're getting isolated tacklers, and, buddy, I'll tell you what, you keep pounding away, and those are going to go for big yardage. Now, they bring out Bear, the wing back. Tigers come out now, and they'll have some kind of a wide package on 3rd down and 5. Ball at the 45-yard line of Chanel. This drive started way back at the 20-yard line. Tigers with 2 wide outs to the left side. Gives straight ahead to Westoven. He burrows his way down, gets to the 42. It'll be 4th down and 2 at the 42-yard line of Chanel. Well, a big call here, Jim.
Yeah, big call in the sense we need to make the first down, but there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to be from the line of scrimmage and offensive play.
Well, and it's not a bad place for a punt here.
Yeah, but cameraman calls for a fake punt, and we've seen that work to the Tigers' advantage many times.
All right, the up back is Westoven. Tigers have a wide out to either side. Back in punt formation is Ryan Strayer. Calls for the snap, gets it, hesitates, now gets it off. High floater, and that'll come down at about the 16-yard line. Take a great Tiger roll, and rolls dead at about the 9-yard line. Well, Jim, the final results tell me that was a good decision.
Yep, that was a good punt, puts them back. Tiger defense got a lot of territory to protect, and that is key. Now, last time Chanel moved her down there, got her tight, and then the penalty saved the Tigers from a touchdown on a good pass play, and then they settled for a field goal try that fell short. So let's keep them away from that field goal range, Spike.
All right, you know, now as we move on deeper and deeper into the second half, you know, it'll be curious to see now how much firepower Chanel still has at the point of attack. You know, the Tigers might be able to start putting some pressure on this pretty nifty quarterback.
Well, and that'd be good.
All right, a wide out to either side, set up in the I formation. The deep pitch, trying to run around the right side, hit there by Babcock and brought down at the 14-yard line, a gain of 4 for Chanel. It'll be 2nd down and 6, ball at the short of the 15-yard line.
Boy, he's a good sure tackle there by Jeremy Babcock. He was being blocked, Spike, but
2nd down, 5.
All right, getting set here for the fourth and final quarter. Division 5 semifinal game between St. Peter Chanel and Liberty Center. Here is the end around. He's got running room across the 15 and up to the 20. And clobbered and bumped out of bounds there. Big hit by
Babcock.
Yep, number 21, Jeremy Babcock.
Nate Bear had the angle on him, but Bedford back just a little more speed coming around there and was able to turn the corner.
All right, 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Chanel Firebirds.
Well, Spike traditionally, or at least the past has shown us that this fourth quarter generally is Liberty Center's. Well, that's what it's going to take tonight.
All right. They line up with a wide out to either side, I formation, wing back, get to the second back through. He's got running room to the outside, and a big hit slowed down out there and brought down at across the 30 at about the 33-yard line. I believe it's number 8, Tim Myers.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, he had to hang on for dear life on that leg, but he did. He wrestled him down.
All right, good open field tackle by Tim Myers, but a gain of 7 yards for Chanel. It'll be second down and a long 3 yards. They can get a first down at their own 36-yard line. They come out with a wide out to either side, wing to the left in an I formation. Here's the deep pitch. And a great cutback across the grain, but he's going to be hauled down at the 36-yard line, short of a first down, but it'll be third down and short for the Firebirds.
Nate Bayer with the stop.
I guess they're going to measure for the first down.
All right, you heard the announcer, that Nate Bayer in on that stop.
Well, Spike, the Tigers fans wouldn't have it any other way. All season long, they've had to dig down this Tiger football team and find a way to do it. Well, why should the state semifinals be any different?
That's right, Jim.
But against all obstacles, against a bigger team, albeit a more talented team in some areas, these Tigers have fought them nearly dead even. There's just a scant 3 points separating them from taking the lead and making it to the state finals. So we've got 11 minutes to play, and I'm putting my money on the Tigers.
All right, here we go. Third and short. They come out with a tight package. Want to show the quarterback sneak. Well, I don't know, Jim. If he made it, that was because he got a little help from his friends on a push in the back. They advance the ball to the nose of the football across the 36, and that's just enough for a Firebird first down. Well, the only scoring here in the second half came on a Liberty Center run by Westover from 14 yards out. That brought Liberty Center to within 3 after the good 2-point conversion. Chanel shut out here in the second half, but they've got the football and they've got the 3-point lead. They got a flag on the play. They try to draw. That's good for about 3 yards. Whistles blow, and finally play comes to a stop. The initial call.
Yeah, I believe we're going to walk Chanel back for motion. What was the statistics on penalties the first half, Spike? Do you remember seeing that? Seems to me Chanel was walking backwards fairly often, and well, that's good for the Tigers.
The Tigers had 2 defensive penalties for 20 yards. Chanel had 6 offensive penalties for 47 yards, 2 defensive for 13, 8 penalties for a total of 60 yards. Well, it just goes to show, Jim, the team that makes fewer mistakes is going to hang right in there where Chanel has hurt themselves with penalties.
1st and 15.
All right, after the infraction, you heard it there, it's 1st and 15. The ball rests on Chanel's own 31-yard line. They've got to get the nose of the football across their own 46 for a first down. 1st and 15, wide out to either side. Wing formation left. Play action, dropping back, in trouble, great pressure from Carter, fires upfield, and it's caught somehow, and he's off to the races. Babcock there, hangs on, and they finally haul him down at at the 25-yard line. Well, they said he's dangerous on the rollout, and he found the receiver there. This quarterback, the difference in this ball game right now.
Yeah, he is a good quarterback on delivering a pass. More often than not, he has been on target, and they had a good rush on him, Spike. They looked like they had him cornered over there. Neil Carter was just bearing right down on him, but the man was open. He ran a good pattern, and the quarterback hit him. And a big play. Tiger defense has got to be tough.
All right, Liberty Center now trails by 3. Here's the pitch deep, and another flag on a play, hauled down there, slowed down by Bodenbender and hauled down by Strayer. We've got a flag from the official deep in the backfield, and it's going to be holding against Chanel. Well, that's going to be a 10-yard walk-off, I think, from the spot.
Well, that'll give the Tiger defense a little breathing room, Spike.
Jim, and I tell you what, it's getting to the point here where Chanel with a field goal will give them a 6-point lead, and that would force Liberty Center on a touchdown to tie the score to make a big decision on what they're going to do for a PAT. So it goes without saying, the Tiger defense has to rise to the occasion here.
Oh, yeah, and they do. They play very good with their backs to the wall, and I tell you, you throw in a penalty once in a while, and it just be more than Bedford Chanel can overcome.
All right, it's going to be 1st and 25. The ball at the 37-yard line. Give on a delay. He's got running room and hauled down finally across the 30 to the 29. Tackle made there by Babcock.
And Bear.
And Nate Bear.
You know, though, they're playing safeties back there, and I tell you, pretty good blocking by the Bedford Chanel front. And
2nd and 16.
Yeah, gain of 9 yards on the play. 9:09 left in the ball game. Bedford Chanel clinging to a 3-point lead in a wild and woolly shootout here in Tiffin, Ohio, in the Division 5 semifinals. All right, wide out to either side, wing back, right eye formation. Here drops back. He throws the home run ball upfield, and it's caught. And wait a minute, yeah, they're going to rule it a catch all the way down to the 1-yard line. Boy, Jim, shades of St. Henry from last year, as these receivers have been catching everything close.
They have. They're a good complement of receivers, and this quarterback is accurate, Spike. You say what you will, he puts a nice pass out there, and he did. He threaded the needle there. Looked like a receiver might almost not hold on to it, but he did, and now they're just right on the goal line. But plenty of time left, so Tigers got to do what they can here, and as you said earlier, we're due for a turnover.
All right, give straight ahead, not much running room there. Caught by the ankles at the 2-yard line, I believe was Brad Simbola in there, knifing him inside.
Yes, he
Brad Simbola with the stop.
Yeah, that's that fullback they call
Maybe
the
gain of
Rock.
about 6 inches on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal, the ball inside the 1-yard line. Chanel with a 3-point lead, but knocking on the door here. Well, the Tigers got to suck it up and give it a little grit.
Oh, that's too bad. That's on the half-yard line.
Chanel with a wide out to the left. Full house, or full backfield. Quarterback tries to sneak, and he's not going to get in. The Tigers bear up strong there. Chanel, with that huge weight advantage on the offensive line, cannot push the ball in the first 2 downs.
Boy,
that'll bring up 3rd down and goal.
You have to love it, Spike. These Tigers outweighed 55 pounds a man or thereabouts. They're just saying, hey, look, we're not rolling over on this. You got to get it if you can. So they're a little closer. The nose of the ball just a scant foot away.
Well, Chanel here faced with a big decision. They want to get it in here because at 4th down and goal, they're going to have to make a decision. All right, Tigers here need one more big stop inside. Man in motion left. Look for something this way. And we've got movement at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Jim, that might be enough, baby.
It is. That's going to be 5 yards back the other way for Chanel. They could not hold their discipline on the line of scrimmage, and it's going to cost them.
No, now they say, well, if it's against Liberty Center, it really won't have an effect on what happened. You can only go halfway from about a foot away. You can only go 6 inches.
Yeah, half of nothing is nothing, but you know, can't hold that against the Tigers. I mean, they're digging in to protect that last 6 inches of turf, and sure enough, somebody had a piece of his helmet beyond the neutral zone, but still, still, we'll see who's got the surge here, Spike.
All right, a valiant Tiger goal line stand here. Chanel, 3rd and goal at the 6-inch line. The quarterback sneak. And he didn't get in. He didn't get in. The Tigers shoved his hind end back. And it's going to bring up first down. Chanel got it sent right to him. Jim, what a gutsy goal line stand by Liberty Center.
Oh, man, the fans have got butterflies in their heart here, Spike. I mean, and the people listening to it on the radio, and we're here watching it, and you just knew when they caught that ball in the 1-yard line, it was inevitable Bedford Chanel would probably stick it in, but these Tigers, these men in black, they're just right there and saying, you're going to have to earn it, baby, and I don't think you can get it over me. So they're burning the timeout, Spike. What a moral victory here for the Tigers.
That's right, Jim. They had 4 shots at the end zone, counting the penalty on Liberty Center, and they could not move the ball more than about, we'll call it a foot. What a gallant stand by Liberty Center. 6:26 to go. Chanel, 31. Liberty Center, 28.
Yeah, you know, Spike, this is big decision time here because, you know, this is just an extra point chip, and they could hang 3 up there, but arguably 3 more points will only put them up by 6, and they don't think that's going to be enough to do it, but, boy, they've banged away and can't put her in, so what do you think Chanel offensive people will do here? I don't believe they've probably ever been denied all season at a 1st and goal like that.
Jim, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of touchdowns scored. I've seen some dazzling runs by Westoven, and I've seen some gut check times like against Bryan and against Archibald. But I tell you what, when you're outgunned like that, when you come to the table with a pea shooter facing a howitzer and you stick them 4 straight times, buddy, that's playing Tiger football. Now here they go. They give to the fullback, and on a burst, he didn't get it! Oh my God! Oh my God! What a Tiger effort there! Jim, it don't get no better than that.
Oh man! 5 downs.
Center Tigers.
5 shots ahead right there, and that ball still remains not across the Tigers' goal line. So now, Tigers got to play tough here. You know, they've got to execute, they've got to maintain their discipline, and they don't want to give up a safety. So that's a tall order. They don't have any working room.
Yep, they are 99.5 yards away from a win. They trail by 3, 31-28 with 6:20 left in the ball game. A wide out to either side. Chanel showing blitz. Here's Westoven running deep. Here's the lob to Westoven deep in the end zone. He looks upfield, and it's caught by Zider. He's got room, and across the 16 to the 17-yard line. Boy, the Tigers pulled another one out of their hats there, Jim.
Boy, they did, and I tell you what, I guess I have seen that play a couple times, but my heart stopped when Westoven took the ball, and he was in the end zone, and he just stopped. Cameraman alertly says he's going to throw it. He did. Nate Zider out there, and some great breathing room. Got her out to the 16-yard line.
What an effort by Liberty Center. All right, double wing back set. Lone setback is Westoven. Man in motion. Here's the give to Westoven. Makes the cut and battles his way maybe for a yard. It'll be 2nd down and about, we'll give him 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Well, Spike, the Tiger faithful, coaches, everybody couldn't have scripted it any nicer than this. The Tigers control their destiny. They've got 5.5 minutes to drive the length of the football field. They're down by 3 points. So once again, this team in black is showing that they're a 48-minute team.
That's right, Jim. You couldn't have put it any better. Coach Lindgren said, we will come and we will play 48 minutes. All right, the give to Westoven. Here's Overmeyer on a keeper. He's up to the 25 and hauled down there. A gain of about 7 yards on the play. It'll be very close to 1st down yardage. The official signal for a measurement here.
Boy, what a
5:10 to go, Jim.
Yeah.
You got to love it. Just when it looked like Liberty Center was down and out, they trailed 31.
Oh, man, and I'll tell you this offense, and many of them play defense too, but I mean, when they make a goal line stand like that, they're just kind of looking the offense in the eye and say, hey, come on, guys. Now, we did our share, as they have been. Let's have you do it. And it was number 10 that tackled number 10 here, and if Scotty could have got about one more piece of a step, he'd have been off to the races. But, you know, he's gotten some key rushing yardage, and that's I don't know what the word I want to use, but it's a faction of what he does as a quarterback and has done this senior year. There's many ways in which he leads this team.
Well, you saw the official call it there. It's a first down for Liberty Center. Ball at the 26-yard line. Here's a blitz. It's straight ahead. Westover right over where the blitzing linebacker was, and he picks up about 10 yards on the play up to the 36-yard line.
Oh, yeah, you can just feel it rising. You can feel a bad moon rising. The Tigers are coming.
Jim, you can't ask for any more than this. When Liberty Center trailed 28-12, it looked like the thing was over, but now they're battling back. 4:54 to go in the ball game. 31-28 Chanel. Tigers come out with Babcock spread wide to the right, the short side of the field. Nate Bear, the wing back on the left, Zider wing on the right, single set back is Westhoven. Here is the give to Westhoven. Westhoven finds room. He stays on his feet, turning and driving, and gets his forward progress up to about the 44-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a decent spot on that. I see the officials out there, and you know what we're looking at right here, right now, Spike, is conditioning. And I'll tell you, when it comes down to conditioning, you look at those guys in black. I don't care what they weigh. I don't care what they do in 100-yard days. On a football field, right now, they're our team.
Yep. Randall Carpenter, Duke Overmeyer, Kip Kern, baby, Dale Leininger, Bob Kessler. Hey, baby, this game's for you and all you Tiger Salts. Here's a straight ahead give to Westhoven, turning and driving, and up to the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 yards, and it's a Tiger first down.
All right, that clock is under 4 minutes, but hey, these Tigers are just running it down their throat. In fact, Spike, if we had our druthers, we'd like to score with not much time on the clock. The way this Bedford team has passed tonight, on occasion, we don't want to give them much time.
Well, Jim, we had our druthers back on the goal line. Now we'll take what we get. And I tell you what, it could come up rosy here. Tigers with the double wing back set. Babcock wide to the right. Zider in motion left. Here's a give to Westhoven off the left side. Westhoven battling his way up near midfield. And he'll gain about 3 on a play. It'll be second down and almost a 3-yard gain. It'll be second down and 7 at midfield. Clock running. 3:25 to go. Jim, someplace along the line, the Tigers need a big play. We don't have to go the distance, but we need something here to move the chains, a big shot.
Yeah, and you pointed out, at least during the halftime as we were talking about this game, these Tigers have been down at least 6 times this football season and come back and posted victory.
All right. Blitz by the linebacker. Westhoven battles his way across the 50 and to the 47-yard line. Another gain of 3 yards on the play. Well, we'll make it a gain of 2. It's going to be third down and 5.
Well,
the nose of the football on the 47.
We've got 2 downs to do this, Spike, but just to kind of be a little easier on us and the fans, we want it on this down. We got to have a first down.
Well, the Tigers in 4-down territory with 2.5 minutes to go. Double wing package, Babcock spread wide right. Lone setback is Westhoven. Zider in motion. Here's the give to Westhoven. Stays on Overmeyer. He makes a spin and a cut, and it's a Tiger first down.
I don't know. Are you going to give us a good spot, Tom? Well, yes, sir. There's a signal. I was wondering about that spot there, Spike, but how about that? We all felt Westhoven. They felt Westhoven, and there goes Scotty Overmeyer, like we've seen him do probably 4 times tonight. Once they had her sniffed out, but the other times, I believe, went for good yards. And here we are, right where we want to be.
All right, the Tigers 43 yards away from a lead and a possible victory. Troy Westhoven, gimpy in the backfield. Boy, he's going to have to suck it up and go down deep now. Here is the give to Westhoven, trying to turn it on. A run by Westhoven with a bad wheel, and he rambles for 8. Tough, heroic yards there. The ball resting now on the 34-yard line.
Good blocking over there, and of course a good hard run. And as you mentioned, Troy Westhoven got an ankle taped over here after his scoring in the last touchdown performance by the Tigers. So for him to maneuver that hard and run that hard out there with a sore ankle, that's quite a thing, but they may be taking a little.
No, it's an official's timeout. The Tigers, Jim, started this drive inside their own 1-yard line. They have marched from the 1-yard line all the way down to the 34, a 65-yard drive. Jim, a 65-yard drive, and the Tigers are still 34 yards away from pay dirt. 1 minute and 59 seconds to go in one blockbuster ball game, one of the greatest you'll ever see.
Football doesn't get any better than this, Spike.
All right, we got a wide out to left. Babcock, a double wing package. Westhoven, the single setback. Here's the give to Westhoven. Tries to find running room, and he's piled up there at the 35-yard line. No gain on the play. The Tigers now with a third down and about 3 to go. And Liberty Center, I believe, will use their first timeout.
Spike, Troy Westhoven's hurting. He's had that ankle taped, and he got up limping a couple times, and I believe that one wheel doesn't want to quite roll just the way he'd like it to. But he's a gamer. He wants to be right there. He wants to be in the thick of it, but I think he's injured.
Well, he's injured, but I tell you what, that young man has got more durability and more fortitude than any 4 football players I've seen. Now with the timeout, 1 minute 49 to go. Tigers 35 yards away. It's going to be third down and a long 2 to go.
Tigers have never led in this contest, Spike. They've done a lot of things, but you know, that's the patience and discipline of this 2000 Tiger team. As we've said, they've been behind in other games, some games that was very difficult, you know, and somehow they found a way to prevail. So they're not worried. They're not concerned. They're just going to do what they've been coached to do, what is their destiny to do. Just go out there, execute one play at a time, move the sticks when you can, take opportunity when it presents itself, and get the job done.
All right, Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. Third down and a short 3 to go. Ball just outside the 35. They've got to get the nose of the ball just across the 33. Here is Zeiter in motion to the right. Here is play action. Overmeyer throws deep. And it's gone by Strayer. And he's down at the 12-yard line. The Tigers down to the 12-yard line. And Ryan Strayer with the cross-body catch on a bullet pass right on the money by Overmeyer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
with 1 minute and 42 to go, the Tigers are closing in on the goal line.
Boy, they're there, Spike. I think they're down about on the 8-yard line, maybe almost the 9-yard line, but what a pass and what a catch. You know, Ryan Strayer had to look that through the other guy's helmet to get it, but he focused. They did it with a minute and 35 seconds to go, Spike.
All right, you're right, Jim. Inside the yellow line, the ball is on about the 8. Tigers with Zeiter in motion to the right. Here is the give to Westhoven up the middle, and he burrows his way down to near the 5-yard line. It'll be second down and goal there.
All right, 2 timeouts left for the Tigers, and we're a minute 20 on the 7-yard line.
Stop by Chris Combinatori.
Bedford Chanel using a timeout here.
Timeout, Chanel.
Yeah, they use a timeout. Man, this is their game. This is it right here. My God, who'd have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? 3 downs.
3 downs
Three
to go,
shots.
5.5 yards.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Tigers have moved the football 95 yards after that heroic goal line stand. They've got the ball second and goal on the 5. A double wing package. Westhoven hurting in the backfield. He runs straight ahead and piles and picks up maybe a yard on the play. Uh-oh.
Westhoven, the ball carrier.
Uh-oh. Fumble on the play. And it's turned over to Bedford Chanel.
You know,
1 minute and 13 seconds to go.
That ball squirted out there way late. Way late. I thought the play was all blow dead. And here comes the ball dribbling out there. Well, Scotty right away drops down going for it, but evidently cradled in by Bedford Chanel, and that was huge. What happened, Spike?
Well, I don't know, Jim. A big pile up there, and somebody knocked it loose. Now we've got an official, I believe an official's timeout. No,
You know,
it's charged to the Chanel team.
I'll tell you what, Spike. We got troubles in Florida counting those votes down there. I want this thing looked over, and I want to have that redone. I want that done over. What do you say?
Well, there should be something done. All right. Well, we counted the Tigers out, Jim. I counted them out back in game number 10. Well, I learned one thing. You never count out these guys. What a tremendous job by Liberty Center tonight.
Oh, boy.
Jim, how can you ask more from this Liberty Center Tiger team? They stuffed Bedford Chanel from inside the 1 on 5 consecutive downs, and they moved the football 95 yards.
Yeah.
That should have been enough for a score.
Absolutely. They did everything that was asked upon them, and then they were behind a couple touchdowns there early. but made some adjustments the second half and came back and played them even and fought and tooth and nail.
All right, the Tigers with 2 timeouts left. Yeah. Chanel with the ball wide out to the short side of the field. The give straight ahead and not much running room there. Clock stopped by the officials.
Tackle by Nate Snyder.
All right, Tigers use their second timeout. They've got 1 left. Well, it's paramount here, Jim, that the Tigers stop Chanel.
Timeout, Liberty Center.
I don't know. Well, everything's predicated, Jim, on stopping them. They have to be stopped, and then the Tigers will have to take their chances on getting the football back. Now, the thing that worries you, Chanel showed that they want to try to jam it up the middle just to run some clock.
Yeah.
You got to hope that they don't come up with some razzle-dazzle play action.
No question. They're going to try and protect this ball. They don't want any miscues from their end of it, and yet the Tigers want desperately to claw that ball out of somebody's hands out there.
All right, a lone wide out to the wide side, the right. The ball in the middle of the field. Trying to get some movement there to give to the fullback. He maybe picks up 2 yards on the play, but the Tigers shut him down there. And with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go, we've got timeout down on the field.
Well, so far, Tigers real good clock management. There hasn't been much time run off this clock, and they're using up the down. So I don't know.
Each team now has used up their full allotment of 3 timeouts. Now the Tigers.
Timeout, Liberty Center.
Only hope now is to shut them down on 3rd down. Chanel will let the clock run down now to approximately the 25 or 30 second mark. Well, their punt, and Liberty Center with the stop here on 3rd down should get the ball back somewhere about midfield with no timeouts. Hopefully they can come up with a big return.
You mentioned early on when they've got the ball here in this situation that they could gamble. We're so desperately trying to stop the run that they could play action at Spike.
Yeah, and it might backfire, Jim. You start scrambling around and bad things could happen. They line up in the I formation, 1 wide out. Tight spread there by the line. Here is the drop back. Now the give outside, and nothing doing there. The Tigers shutting down at the line of scrimmage. Now the clock will run. It's at 54 and counting. 53, 52, 51, 50. It'll bring up 4th down. And Chanel, I'm assuming, will be forced to punt. Back deep is Ryan Strayer, the lone deep back. Clock still running at 35. Chanel may let this thing run down.
Well, not only that, cameraman Tom Atkinson points out that they could seek to take a safety, Spike, and then if they punt it or, give the ball back to the Tigers, we'd be a long ways away from the goal line.
Well, and that's true. They're going to let this thing run all the way down. It should down to 15 seconds, 14 seconds, and there's the penalty flag with 14 seconds. And now what you say, very true. Chanel may just take this ball and run with it into the end zone, use up a safety, and hopefully can run out almost all of the remaining 14 seconds. Well, Jim, I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out. Somehow the Tigers have got one more shot in them.
Oh, I tell you what, this has been a heck of a Tiger team through and through. This is game number 14 of a wonderful season.
That's right, Jim. This was the team that was supposed to finish 4th or 5th in the league. This was the team that everybody said maybe at best a 6-4, and at the outset a lot of luck, maybe 7-3, and look where they are.
Yeah.
And they take the deep snap. Jim, they didn't fool around and take a chance on a fumble.
Yeah.
He runs into the end zone, and with 11 seconds left, Chanel will have to boot the ball to Liberty Center.
Point out here that he could have used up some more clock by running around there, but as soon as he got his hand on the snap, he ran out of the end zone. So now the Tigers will get the ball, but going to have a couple Hail Marys fall in there just about right for the Tigers to get there, Spike.
Well, now the score stands at 31-30.
Illegal procedure against Chanel.
We'll take it on the. We'll take that illegal procedure on the.
Well, then it's still 4th down, so I think we almost have to decline the penalty.
All right. Well, shoot.
Well, that is interesting, Jim. You know, when he ran it directly out of the end zone, of course, it did take away the possibility of fumbling the ball.
Yeah.
But it gave the Tigers a chance to return the kick and still get a play off from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Jim.
Well, that Archibald game, Spike. Tigers and Archibald, the last of the regular season. Man, oh man, your two favorite sports announcers right here talking to you actually had the Tigers losing that in the last 48 seconds. 44 seconds.
Yeah,
and,
that's right. We can't count to 3.
So it's a 48-minute game, but sadly enough, we're down to 11 ticks. And our Tigers, our beloved Tigers, are down 31-30.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim. If you got to go, what better way to go out? They had 5 cracks from the 2-foot line, could not get it in, and then the Tigers marched the ball 94 yards.
Yeah, Tiger fans will be talking about that goal line stand forever.
Right. What a great way.
Oh,
what a great way to end the season. The Tigers are going to get another crack at them. They're going to get the ball back if it comes down to ending the season here. And who knows, they've come up with one big play, one big miracle after another. All right, back deep for Liberty Center, number 7, Nick Parasini, and also number 9, Kyle Parasini. Tip lady, the up back, along with Zeider.
Salmi also a ball handler.
All right, Chanel is choosing to kick off. There it is, a line drive kick. Takes a hop on the turf. Parasini with the ball and gets out of bounds up at about the 42-yard line with 7 seconds left. Well, you've got time for 2 plays, Jim, assuming that we can get a first down somewhere, but it's going to have to be about 30 yards upfield.
Yeah, I think as they look toward 2 plays, it's going to be to get as far as you can each play. I don't know the arm strength of Scotty Overmeyer and the patterns and whatnot, but it'll be throw that ball and get under it and catch it and then get out of bounds as quickly as you can, Spike.
Well, it'll be, we'll have to watch Chanel now, see here if they try to run any blitzers. They've got 4 men up front and 3 linebackers. They only drop off 4 people deep. Here is Overmeyer giving it to Myers. Myers, it's a throwback to Overmeyer. Overmeyer at the 50, cuts inside, and finally hauled down at midfield. A gain of 8 yards on the play, but that's it. The lights finally go out on a fantastic season for the gallant Liberty Center Tigers. What a game by Liberty Center. They trailed all the way once by 16. They battled back. They shut the water off of Bedford Chanel here in the second half. The great goal line stand from the 2-foot line, Jim, and they moved the football 95 yards only to lose the ball and eventually the game. But Jim, what a way to go, baby. What a battler. These guys gave us, they gave you, Tiger fans, 48 minutes of solid football, and you can't ask any more out of those Liberty Center Tigers.
Oh, they did, Spike. It's been a wonderful season, and, overachievers, whatever you want to say, but as they begin to reel off victory after victory after victory, they put some high water marks up there that's going to hang in the gymnasium. Also, this team went 13-0, first Tiger team in history, in the history of the storied Liberty Center football program, to win 13 in a row, Spike, and they were within a whisker, all by it one shaky whisker of getting her done here and landing in the state finals. But they do bow to a very good Bedford Chanel team.
Well, we'll take this moment to thank all those fine corporate sponsors who made these 14 wonderful games, these 14 broadcast games possible. You've heard them all season, and they'll continue to be our sponsors throughout boys and girls basketball as we move into that in a few weeks. But Jim, you can't say enough about Liberty Center. The game was over. The game was over when they had 1st and goal at the 2-foot line.
Oh, boy, I guess so, but the Tigers just said, all right, you're who you are. You're 55 pounds bigger. We're tired of all that stuff. You just try and move that ball on us here. And they couldn't do her, Spike. And with the penalty in there, they had 5 cracks at it. They could not penetrate the Tigers' goal line. And then Tigers, with time on the clock, had things kind of going their way. They had a nice ball control drive and just marched her down there methodically. I did not have a good view. I don't know quite where that fumble came from. seemed like the play was even over and the ball was a little loose. But it must have been a fumble because the quarterback, Scott Overmeyer, quickly dove to get a hold of that thing, and there was a Bedford Chanel boy that had it, and, well, that just we just didn't have enough clock. I don't know if we got beat. We just ran out of time, Spike.
That's right. Well, hey, if that's the way it ends, that's the way it ends, Jim. I accept it, but I tell you what, it's been a great ride. This team gave Liberty Center something they never expected could happen, and here they are in the state semifinals, going down. If you got to go, buddy, what a way to go, and I love it. Well, one more time here from Tiffin. Liberty Center really comes up big in the second half, only to fall a single point short. The final score from Tiffin, Ohio here at, who knows what the crazy name of this place is. It's Chanel St. Peter Firebirds 31 and Liberty Center 30. We'll stay on here while they give the award of the trophy here.
You know, Spike, as we look at that scoreboard and think about it just a little bit, and talking here with cameraman Tom Atkinson, was pointed out that Bedford Chanel did not score the whole second half. So once again, Tigers responded to coaching at halftime. They gathered themselves and came out here and won the second half, but came up 1 point short.
All right, Tigers at the 40-yard line. They've had their post-game prayer and quiet time. The Chanel Firebirds gathered in the end zone. Tigers at midfield, awaiting the presentation of their well-deserved trophy. Tigers' record now in postseason play under Rex Lindgren, I believe, moves to 19-7. Jim, when you figure going into the playoffs, you're automatically going to lose one game unless you go all the way. I mean, that's an automatic loss right there. So in 7 years, they've got...
Yeah. No, very definitely one of the premier high school football programs in the state. Rex Lindgren has assembled a great staff, and the tradition just rolls on and on and on. Even when people think the cupboard is bare, Spike, they find a way to make it happen. They just enjoy playing the game of football, and they just continually amaze their fans and execute, and it's just blocking and tackling. That's all you have to do. And indeed, that happened. They had a group of seniors, you know, that came back with some experience, but pretty much it was a total rebuild year. And, wow, what a season we all enjoyed, Spike.
Well, we'll quickly mention our seniors here. And, Jim, with only 8 seniors on the team, what leadership to take this team all the way to the point they got. Going down through the order here, we've got Scott Overmeyer, senior quarterback. We've got Jeremy Babcock, number 21, a great defensive back and wide receiver for Liberty Center. We've got Ryan Strayer, leading tackler, great linebacker, and great receiver for Liberty Center. Also, we've got Troy Westoven, number 35. Troy, gaining 4,000 yards in his career, was hurt during that final drive, but still had enough guts to help take the Tigers 94 yards down the field. Going down the list also, we've got Zach Gramling coming back after what some thought could have been a season-ending injury before the season ever started. Did a great job on the inside. Also Neil Carter, number 58, just a little will-o'-the-wisp of a guy, but one hard-hitting young man. Boy, wait, who are we missing here? All right, Charlie Nash, number 75, by far and away the Tigers' biggest lineman.
One more. No?
Yeah, Nick Parasini, number 7. I don't think we got Nick. Nick, wide receiver, punt returner, great defensive back. So quickly down through here, that's Parasini, Overmeyer, number 2, Babcock, number 3, Strayer, number 4, Westhoven, number 5, Neil Carter, number 6, Zach Gramling, number 7, and Charlie Nash, number 8. Those are your 8 seniors from Liberty Center. What a way to finish The Tigers going down in a gallant effort.
Yeah, one of the nice things, Spike, they're going to hang some banners in the gymnasium as a result of this team's accomplishment. And to start out the decade of the 2000, well, start out the century, year 2000, a team that wasn't expected to get to the playoffs, to finish maybe 500 in the league, runs the table 13-0, plays possibly the ultimate state champion to within a point.
Yeah,
what a season.
Yeah, it'll be quite a matchup as 3 of the 4 semifinalists were here in the same position last year. And it'll be Chanel going up against Amanda Clear Creek in the finals, the team that knocked Chanel out last year. So perhaps in regards to those schools' outlooks, it's fitting for them that they get the rematch. But you're not going to be able to get Liberty Center to admit that. Hey, Jim, final thing, the great goal line, gutsy stand.
Oh,
they
boy.
drive 94 yards.
Yeah, we're going to remember this Tiger team of 2000 for a long time, Spike. They made a lot of memories together, and, well, you know, that's just things these young men will talk about as they go through their life and point with pride to their grandchildren, if you will, far enough down the road to that banner hanging in the gymnasium back at Tiger Town. But what a football team, what an experience. It's just a good thing.
Yeah. Well, we're going to wrap it up here from Tiffin in the state semifinal game in Division 5. Your final score, Bedford Chanel 31 and Liberty Center 30. A great finish to a great one super Tiger season. Your final, Chanel 31, Liberty Center 30. We'll be back in a few weeks with some good Tiger basketball. So for Jim Leatherman and Tom Atkinson on the camera, this is old Spiker saying good night and good Tiger sports.